Welcome in everybody to the Razorback Live with the Sarge Show. I'm the Sarge, and
Hog
uh,
Wild Westy here.
and as always, we got Hog Wild with us too. Right before we get to the game, just a little house cleaning. Welcome everybody over on Twitch and here on YouTube. It's good to see everybody. I apologize for my voice. I am still battling major sinus infection. Um, Hopefully, within another day or two, it's gone. And we'll be back to normal. And I'll be on screen and talking about Razorback baseball. But we're going against little brother today, Arkansas State. First pitch is 3 o'clock and 6 minutes. So we should be going to that here in just a few minutes. I want to say thank you to all of our new subscribers and followers over on Twitch and here on YouTube. We've hit our 2,500 goal mark. So now we're going to set up 2550. Let's try to get to 50 today. I think we only need 43 to get 2550. But we got today's game, tomorrow's game. Let's see, tomorrow is Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we have our premier softball. We're going to bring the girls in, play some softball. Omaha and the Ladybacks are playing Wednesday, so we'll be bringing you that game too.
We got some new emotes on Twitch.
Yeah, we got some new emotes on Twitch for you guys put in there. We're slowly
We
working
got to
that up.
look into doing it for YouTube.
Yeah. Hopefully today we see. I don't know who we're gonna have starting today. I didn't look and see, to be honest with you, but it's gonna be one of our midweeks. Excuse me, one of our midweek starters. If I talk too much, I start to cough. So please forgive me for that. I cough so much I give myself a headache. So, yep, just bear with us. We got already 22 people and 11 likes. Good job on that. We stay half and half. I'm good with that. We've hit. I want to say our last 3 streams in a row. We've been over 100 likes. So let's keep that streak alive. Let's keep that streak alive today. You guys have been doing awesome on them like button and the subscriber button too. Hey, there's Tiff. How you doing, Tiff? So you already got them emotes out there. That's Major Razor too. That's our logo. We will be having Major Razor as one of our logos on shirts and hats and stuff. Probably not hats, but on shirts. He was pretty popular here on YouTube with us. I keep refreshing the screen here, so on my other monitor, so that when the game pops off, we'll bring it right on. And I think, hopefully, I got that where it was cutting off the screen thing figured out. I've tested it again 3 more times and it worked. So, we'll see. Of course, the day of the broadcast, nothing wants to work. Good to see you, David. Hog Wild 50, Arky Joe. Good to see you on YouTube and Twitch. Getting that double vision going on. Anisha, appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm trying. Tonka, Coach Broccoli. I'd like to see all my regulars coming in. Getting to know everybody now. Hope we see another good game. I bet we see some homers today because the wind is blowing very heavy here, at least where I'm at. And it's pretty warm today, 60 degrees, so the ball could fly out of the ballpark today. Excuse me again. This is why I will be muted for most of the game because I don't want you to have to listen to that all game. Well, I think it was blowing out of the south. It should be blowing from left to right. Right to left field, Joe. So it's gonna put some balls out of the ballpark. Because the ballpark faces more kind of northeast to southeast. So it should be blowing right across the field towards right field flag. We'll see, though. Mr. Jangles, appreciate you, man. I'm trying, boy. I'm trying. But we ain't letting it stop us. I come real close to having to cancel, but I was like, I can't do it.
I was going to talk about it anyways.
I can't let y'all down, so we gonna do it.
I had some jackwagon try to block me into their driveway there. Are we going to see some new pitchers today, you think?
Yeah, I would think so.
So we probably won't see like Deets or...
No. There we go. All right, let's get to the full game screen. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's Phil.
From Arkansas State. And
all right, guys, sit back and enjoy the game.
Let's welcome
and,
you back
we'll
up to the booth. I'm Brett
touch
Dolan.
base
He,
with
of course,
you
is still
here
Troy
every now and then.
Thanks for joining us. And Troy, I know that opening weekend in Globe Life at times maybe
Terry,
the
good to see you,
offense
buddy.
looked a little bit sluggish, too many strikeouts. Opening day, there weren't many hits, but Arkansas got the win.
Yeah, Tiff,
but it
that's
seems
the problem.
like they found that magic in games 2 and 3 of that Xavier series.
Things started clicking, Brett. 7 home runs on the weekend for the Hogs, a lot of extra base hits, and great pitching as well.
And it was newcomers and some returners that we can expect some contributions from mixed into this fun equation.
Yeah, Ryder Helfrich's been on fire. There's Zach Stewart, former Missouri State player, and then also Camden Kojal. What a great weekend he had. He just hit the ball all over the field. And how about Kahil Aloy? There's the game winner right there.
All he did was end 2 games against the Musketeers with hits. And as you take a look at the recap for the series, Arkansas, the 32 hits. Kojal had the cycle. We nearly had an immaculate inning, couple of walk-offs, and Colin Fisher, an 8-inning, 1-hit complete game shutout for the sweep over the Musketeers. Now, the Red Wolves come in, Troy, and this is the second year under Coach Silva, and it really feels like they're taking big steps forward in that program.
Well, they really are. Getting a lot more talent into the program, developing players is something that Coach Silva does. And again, also the university starting to pour money into this program, so they believe as well, and it's really starting to show.
Yeah, a little bit of buzz in Jonesboro about this program. They're excited for this opportunity. The lineup will feature Quiller, Walton, and Ingscove, the top 3, Griffiths, Houseworth, Jumper, then it's Campbell, Torres, and Amundsen, the starting 9 for Mike Silva. And the Red Wolves, who have won 5 of 7. It'll be a tough assignment today, though. This young left-hander, or this young righty for the Razorbacks in Peyton Lee, has been really good going back to some of the scrimmages and his first start.
Yeah, he threw really well against Tarleton State down at Globe Life Field. That was the Monday game. You're going to sit about the fastball about 91 to 94, mix in a slider and a changeup, but a really fierce competitor out of Maumelle.
Ready to go today. Tell you what, the temperature is going to feel better than the feels like, because after a cold Sunday and a cold Monday, we're in the 60s. But that wind is going to be a mighty factor today on pop-ups and fly balls. And Ashton Quiller is going to step in to lead things off, and we're underway. And the first pitch, of course, is popped up. And who wants to be the guinea pig? It will be Souza at third. The ball will find you. So Souza not DHing. The first pitch, he has to go track.
How was the ball caught at third?
That always happens.
Cameraman's looking
in the
at first.
Field all season long, and then all of a sudden, the first play is a pop-up. Helfrich looked like he wanted a piece of that one, but nice job by Souza to call him off.
Razorbacks did not hit outdoors. They were across the street of the indoor. So even when you take some ground balls pregame, you don't get the pop-ups or the fly balls, and then you get tested. Here's Lane Walton. Second baseman has 5 homers already on this young season and takes a pitch in for a strike. We'll talk more about Walton, but you see Sugar Land, Texas. He graduated high school with my daughter.
Well, there you go.
George Ranch, and that's the same high school. We'll talk more about this that Kevin Copps went to. And Troy, not only did he homer on opening day, he hit 2 then in the second game of that doubleheader. However, he forgot to put his parents on the pass list today, so they had to purchase tickets once they made it here from Houston.
That's going to have to come out of his allowance.
That's a bad son. He better figure that out tomorrow and put Crit and Sherry on the pass list.
Yeah, I believe he's got 5 home runs on the season already, really swinging the bat well.
Long and lean facing Lee. And that pitch a little bit outside. The first thing Lane said to me today when he looked up to see the wind blowing in from right, he goes, "Is that the prevailing wind in this ballpark?" And I said, "Not normally, but go ask Robert Moore whether that wind blows in from right field and affects the baseballs."
I think Robert Moore probably lost about 6 or 7 home runs his junior year. He said he tattooed one and he just knock it down.
It was almost unfair.
That wind might help something out to left field, but it's sure going to knock balls down going to right and right center.
Yeah, you're right, Joe.
2-2 pitch.
Joe G,
Good breaking ball in there for strike
corrected.
3.
That is coming. Yeah, anything to right field or right center is going to get knocked down.
The Red Wolves came into this game hitting .413 against lefties. How about .237 against righties? And that's a really nice backdoor breaking ball by Peyton Lee. It's like about a big swing, righties versus lefties.
Peyton Lee, though, giving up just 1 run and 1 walk in 4 1/3 innings against Tarleton. Really got a lot of people's attention in some of the scrimmages preseason as he gets Engskov to swing and miss. Troy, there was one outing where he went 4 innings. I think in the first 3 innings he struck out 8. He ran out of gas in the 4th. He hit Helfrich on the wrist. And it was interesting because Bubba was here and watched the first 3 when he was electric. He went to make a phone call. I showed up in the 4th when he was giving up hit, Helfrich, and he comes out and he says, "Boy, Lee was amazing." And I said, "Amazing? I think he's terrible." And he goes, "No, he just struck out 8 in 3 innings." And then I told him what he did in the 4th, and then we compared notes, and we were okay. But the totality of that appearance was really kind of eye-popping to the point where DVH has used the phrase amazing a couple of times.
Wow, there you go. That just talks about, how do you have to build these pitchers up, and that's something that Matt Hobbs does a really good job of it, knowing how far and how long that he needs to pitch each kid.
That ground ball served into left to base hit. Engskov able to poke one between Souza and Pompey. And the first hit, first base runner for the Red Wolves.
One of those seeing eye singles by Engskov, and you've got to find some space. You've got a 6'3" third baseman and a 6'4" shortstop, so they can cover some ground just in wingspan.
Two gone for the right fielder, Evan Griffiths. He's hit a homer, knocked in 7. Takes a big whack and a miss at a pitch at 92. Had a 2-run double in the first inning on opening day. Red Wolves had a big lead and blew it, but ended up defeating Stony Brook, and they swept that series. Lost a tough game at Ole Miss 7-6 when they were up 6-3. This one fouled back and out of play. They lost the opener against Eastern Illinois, Troy 3-2, and then bounced back with 2 nice wins, and that's why they sit with the 5 W's in 7 games.
Yeah, Eastern Illinois is a really solid ball club. Everybody knows about Ole Miss, and they had them where they were playing down in Oxford, and Ole Miss chipped away and got a run in each of the last 3 innings to get that victory. This Red Wolves team, they're not afraid to run. They're 10 of 11 in stolen bases. Engskov at first base is 3 of 4.
Least next pitch. And missed with that slider a little bit up and a little bit out. Plate umpire is Sean Arthur today. Casey Moser at first. Christopher Griffith at second. The veteran Jeff Head at third. Multiple guys with pro experience on this crew. And a flip to first, and Engskov was leaning. Robinette in a full sprint flipped to Pompey to complete the pickoff and caught stealing. So Arkansas erases that single, and just 3 bat for the Red Wolves, so the Razorbacks coming into bat.
Hey, Steven, how you doing, buddy? Jack, good to see you. Saps, what's going on, buddy? We had 130 people and only 19 likes. We can catch that up, everybody. Make sure you're hitting that like button.
Pretty excited about replacing a couple coaches throughout the week. The past 2 weeks on the football team.
In their scrimmages in the fall.
Trying
to give him a little longer leash today by not coming out of the bullpen but starting.
Hey, Chase.
Yeah, we talked to head coach Mike Silva, and he said he'd really like to see him go 4 or 5 innings if possible. You're going to see the fastball rounded up there around 93 miles an hour, kind of the old school 12-6 overhand curveball, and he'll mix in a changeup as well.
Take a look at the lineup he will face for the Razorbacks. And I tell you what, the flu has not been kind to this Arkansas team. I'm not sure how many available bodies they have. Might look a little bit different, but New, Souza, and Helfrich, the top 3. Asked Koschel how he was feeling, and he started coughing on me, so I think I've got the answer. Aloy in right, Robinette at first. Pompey will be at short, so no Brumbaugh to start. Stewart back in left, and Carson Willis will be the DH. There you go.
Kind of shaking things up a little bit as
Why
coach
not?
in his DVH.
In part, that's what these midweek non-con games are all about. But Micah New ready to step in to begin things. New hitting 179 with a homer and 8 knocked in. What did I read? That he had a pop-up that dropped that had an exit angle of 83 degrees.
Yeah, it was almost like the one that Pompey caught in the first inning, or excuse me, Souza caught in the first inning.
83-degree launch angle.
It was about 5 feet away from home plate, and it was a double.
You'll take it. First pitch is a strike over the outside corner at 89 from Allen. Michael waits on the 0-1, and the breaking ball runs a little bit up and out. Allen was in the game in the bottom of the 9th when the Rebels of Ole Miss came back to defeat the Red Wolves. Hit batter and a couple of other aspects of that inning ended up resulting in a 7-6 loss. It was one of those games I think they felt like not only could they have won, they probably should have won.
Yeah, those are the ones that are always kind of
they sit with you,
scratching your head, kind of going,
Sure
wow,
do.
we just gave that one away.
A lot goes into building a lead over 7 or 8 innings, then to see it slip away. And I know Coach Silva really kind of wanted to figure out how to identify those roles at the back end of his bullpen. His closer a year ago is in the rotation. In fact, that opening series against Stony Brook, there were 6 left-handed starters between the two teams. I don't remember seeing anything like that in a long time.
That is something for the record books, I believe. But I really like how Allen is. His fastball's got some good run on it. Can't land the breaking ball yet. No one really took off on him.
I think sometimes you understand when you're starting that you get a little bit of an opportunity where, you know, again, 1 run's not going to lose the game, but it doesn't mean you don't want to come out a little bit slow. And obviously you're not working with base runners when you start a game. Micah New lifts one a mile in the air to left field. This ball is going to fly to the hog pen and beyond.
There's homer number 1.
An absolute no-doubter. Micah New
Get them
with
new
his
emotes
first
if you're on
Bob
Twitch.
Walker home run. Tell you what, Troy, when that ball came off the bat, I'm not sure what the exit angle was, but it was steep, and that ball was going to fly.
About 36 degrees off that one. He really hit that one right on the button, cleared the seats out there in the hog pen. And again, Dave Van Horn, Nate Thompson really wanted to get Micah New going. That's a good way to get going. Just take one deep.
He sure does. Work. 407 feet worth of Micah New. First you were thinking bullpen, then seats, and then beyond. For a guy who homered in 6 straight games last year with Marshall. Nolan Souza getting the start at third base. 6 hits, 27 at bats, drops down a bunt, but that's going to hit the chalk and propel to the left and be foul. Souza already covered in dirt before he gets a chance to bat. He was diving after that single from Mings Cove in the top of the first inning.
I was thinking about that home run by Micah New, and it kind of built around that Allen couldn't land. He threw back-to-back breaking balls, both up in the zone. I think New he felt like he was going to get a fastball in that situation, got it, and turned it around.
And you mentioned before that Allen trying to land a couple of pitches, so at one point I think you can kind of maybe sit on one.
That's right.
Souza back and ready in the pitch. Big swing and a foul to the backstop.
Really good fastball by Allen right there. Like I said, the fastball's got some life. It's got some carry to it. It'll stay on plane, which it means it doesn't look like it's sinking. A little harder for batters to hit. A lot of times they'll hit the bottom part of it like Souza did right there.
0-2. Down and out of the zone. Of course, coming back from that torn labrum in his right non-throwing shoulder. He was in a sling for 30 days, and we saw him in Omaha, and he was with the team. I know he was grateful to be with his teammates when you're in the College World Series, but you know your season is long since over, and then you're starting to wonder when you can get back. I think he was cleared to swing the bat the day after fall practice ended.
Yeah, it was
not
a
a
long
great time.
No.
Next pitch downstairs.
Really good take right there on the changeup by Allen with Souza. And again, looks like he just is continuing to get more and more comfortable at the plate. And we talked about on another broadcast that in the early spring they were letting him hit for both teams just to get some more at-bats.
It's a big bounce to the first. Nice hop for Campbell. Takes it back to the bag to retire Souza. And there's one out. Brings up Ryder Helfrich. Helfrich's first 2 at-bats of the season at Globe Life for homers. He has 4. Even back to that game, though, on Saturday, Helfrich had a homer, and the next 2 times he came up, he lined to short and bounced to short, and I think both exit velocities were over 110. And a shortstop who had some issues, all of a sudden he's catching line drives and picking balls out of the dirt, and you're thinking, is that the same guy, and how hard do I have to hit a ball to get one by him?
Yeah, that's right. Ryder is really seeing the ball big, and I think it really just gets back to his confidence level. He's feels really good about his swing, and
that ball is just blistered into center for a base hit. His contact is loud, and it is hard, and that's a 1-out single from Helfrich, his 10th hit of the year. You know, I don't know if enough was made out of Helfrich catching Colin Fisher the other day and how well they worked together. As you see the swing, and he joked that it was like playing a video game where he could just throw the ball wherever he wanted it to. Well, those two are roommates, so you talk about good chemistry.
That's
they probably
right.
should have it.
I think they probably talk about pitching and catching just a little bit, don't you?
I would imagine.
The thing about the one hitter by Fisher, the ball that was the base hit was right back at him, kind of caught him on the backside.
Yes.
So he had a chance to make that play. Great jump and great throw right there.
I thought that was a dirt ball read, and then Helfrich is out. He was out trying to steal the other day, but he tested Amundsen, and I don't know if that ball got far enough away from the Red Wolves catcher for that to be a good base running decision. And he is erased.
It's a good block. I mean, instant read, but the ball came right back up. That's a really nice tag by Enskov, the shortstop, to be able to go up and get that baseball and come down quickly with the tag.
Kojo, 4 homers and 10 knocked in. Of course, he had the cycle on Saturday, and he was the guest on the postgame radio show, even though Kohio Aloy won the game with a walk-off, Troy, and I loved what Kojo had to say. And he's going to wave and miss because, you know, everybody wants to know how you feel and how's the swing feel. He had a 3-word answer that cracked me up. He said, I feel dangerous. Now, today he could have said, I feel sick because, you know, he was coughing on me and everything. But don't think I haven't co-opted that. And I even sent it to my daughter, who gets asked about 5 times a day, how's your swing feel? I said, the next time someone asks you, you look at them and you say, I feel dangerous.
That's spot on right there.
Can't you see Coach saying that,
Oh,
though?
yeah. I also like his comment about just concentrate on his breathing.
You know, he's talked a lot about that, and I think it makes perfect sense as he takes ball 3. Pitchers will say that, too. You know, take that big, deep breath before a pitch or before an at-bat or before a swing, just as a mechanism to calm yourself down.
Yeah, just thinking about the pace of your breathing as well.
Here's a payoff pitch. Coach will bounce one back. We'll do it again. Obviously, 10 hits and 4 home runs and 10 runs batted in, a great way to start a season. Here's another payoff, another one fouled back and out of play.
And just really good job by Andrew Allen. Not giving in, not just throwing that 3-2 pitch right over the heart of the plate, but throwing that fastball in the inner third, and you can see Camden Kojal just doing all he can to fight that inside fastball off.
Another pitch from Allen to Kojal. That's a wave and a miss. The changeup got him. Ends the inning. The Razorbacks get a run, however, Troy. And Mike Anu plays long ball at Baum Walker.
Yeah, Mike Anu really got a hold of that one. Was sitting dead red on the fastball. No doubt, or how about over 400 feet into the hog pen, up over the seats. Hogs are up 1-0.
Hogs up 1-0. Hey, good job on that like button, everybody. Oh, we got 303 watching already. Welcome in. If you're watching on YouTube and Twitch, we appreciate it. Hey, Brady, good to see you.
Back out the comment section and hit that thumbs up button.
Again,
Can you hear me good? My signal might be shaky.
Yeah. Again, if you can't tell, I got some of that Fayetteville flu, I guess, that the baseball team's going through. It even got us YouTubers. I didn't get to put, yeah, Phil, yeah, and there's nothing I could do about that either, Phil. That's just Twitch, I guess, because I don't put those on. I didn't have an option to do anything. I turned them down, though, I know that.
Yeah, they're on the lowest setting.
Oops. Wrong one, sorry.
Really likes
Razorback
kind of
kid, appreciate that, man. Welcome to the SAR squad.
As Griffiths bats here in the second, he was at the plate when Engskov was out between first and second to end the first. Troy said he didn't lose anybody to the portal last year.
I don't have
my
my Twitch chat open,
that start coming after your guys, but it speaks to the fact that I think his players
it should have come up on here.
And I think that's a testament to what they have started to build.
Yeah, definitely, and it's the camaraderie that they built. Also, I think Coach Silva's really got buy-in from his players, and they believe in what this program's doing, and they want to be the ones that build it up.
Griffiths on a hard bounce to second. Kojal had that ball come up and almost catch him.
You're welcome, Razorback kid.
Makes the play and throws out Griffiths for out number 1.
Again, I apologize,
Meanwhile,
everybody, for my voice.
In that Arkansas dugout, a man who likes the Weather Channel and does not like armadillos, Dave Van
Going
Horn.
through the flu.
Won't be long. He'll be chasing triple digits in wins.
Mike Anu hit a home run, 2K, God.
Troy, we did the extended pregame show, and appreciate Dave joining us on Friday for opening day. And then on Saturday, I was doing radio, and I went over to do the pregame interview, and he said, you had a long day. You had gymnastics. And I said, how do you know that? Well, we were watching. And I said, oh, newsflash. DVH And Mrs. DVH watch gymnastics.
Gymnastics fans.
Yeah, Brady,
There
it
you go.
sucks for sure.
Aiden Houseworth puts a charge into that ball. The wind starts to carry it. Mike Anu's got a great vertical leap, but not enough.
Ooh.
He gave that a go, but Houseworth homers.
I said
And
I
the
thought
Red
some
Wolves
balls
with
were
one
going to
swing
fly out
have
of the
tied up
ballpark
this
today.
game. Second home run of the year for Houseworth. Had a 411-foot home run against Stony Brook, and Troy, he took advantage of the jet stream and got one out of here in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, really great swing. That pitch was up in the zone. Houseworth doesn't miss it.
Well,
Again, great
appreciate you
effort by
sticking
Mike
with it,
Anu,
Phil.
but boy, off the bat, you felt
Coming
like
over
this
to
thing's
YouTube.
got a chance. And that wind is kind of carrying out to anything from center field to left center. And New made a run for it, but boy, now we got a knotted up game. And I think this is going to be one of those games today. It's going to be back and forth.
Got to find a way to keep the ball in the yard one way or another. Cross jumper. Played a ton of games at Arkansas State. 3 runs batted in. Jumper more than
I did too for a
150
second, Bobby.
career games with the Red Wolves, but he is a local product from Jonesboro. Wave it a miss. Slider there from Peyton Lee. Working with Helfrich, he's shaking off a couple of signs. See what he wants to do on the 1-2. Hard hit into left, a base hit. So the slider didn't slide enough, and cross jumper singles between Souza and Pompey.
Yeah, I think that you saw the difference between the location of those last 2 pitches. The pitch before that one, really nice one, down and away. Jumper swings through it. Then that one missed on the inner third, and you really don't want to miss a slider on the inside corner. Again, that sometimes you see that out of freshmen, just their location of their pitches, not as much as the shape of them, but where they put them, they can get hurt if they miss a spot.
This is Kason Campbell. He's going to bounce one to the right side and past Koschel. Jumper will go towards third. The throw from Malloy is offline, and now Campbell is caught between first and second. Souza has to make a throw, but it's not in time. So a homer and a couple of singles that have just eluded Arkansas infielders, and the Red Wolves are in business here in the second.
Yeah, some really good at-bats by the Red Wolves. Just a hard-hit ground ball that just got past Koschel. Did all he could for it, and then Aloy tried to make a really strong throw. It kind of was up the third base line, and with the base runner right there, Campbell almost got caught in no man's land. I think Souza, if he would have just come up firing, he would have had him at first.
I think had he thrown that a little bit quicker, would have been able to get Campbell, who broke a wrist last fall and been trying to figure out a way to kind of get him back into that lineup. And I would say the one thing, though, we've seen this progress in this Arkansas State program, Troy, and I think you're looking at it in the first 7 games from this season compared to last year.
Yeah, just much more quality at bats. I think swinging the pitches inside the zone and hitting the ball with authority.
Here's Raul Torres, the third baseman. There's the slider that carries off the corner. Torres 2 for 7.
Still just 1 out in this inning. Peyton Lee would love to see a ground ball at a middle infielder to turn 2 and get out of this jam.
Torres from Puerto Rico through Indian Hills Community College. Has a count of 2-0 in his favor. Lee's pitch. There's another chopper and another base hit between Arkansas infielders. Red Wolves have the lead on a Torres single. It's 2-1. Troy, that's 3 straight singles between 2 Arkansas defenders who just could not quite get there.
Yeah, just one of those innings where every ball just finds a hole, and this is going to bring Matt Hobbs out to talk to his young freshman hurler. And again, I think this is just kind of a pep talk right here, Brett, of like, you know, hey, you gave up a really hard home run, but you know those choppers are they're just sneaking through, and there's nothing you can really do about that. You just got to keep filling up the strike zone.
So Matt Hobbs doing all of the talking before Caden Amundsen, the 9-hole hitter, bats. The one thing about that Razorback bullpen, it looks quiet now, and it was quiet this weekend. In the 3 games against Xavier, Arkansas used 6 pitchers. How often do you see a Sunday game where you don't have anybody come out of the bullpen?
Yeah, that's
let alone 3, 4, or 5 different pitchers. So not only are they rested, there's some guys they need to get in.
That's right. Yeah, Colin Fisher just did a great job. He just had a masterful outing, and they wanted to get him close to 90 pitches. I don't even think he got there in 8 innings.
Amundsen to bunt, just barely made contact with that one and fouls it off Helfrich. 4-year starting catcher between a couple of seasons.
No
at
saps.
Nichols.
He's not playing today.
And now Arkansas State playing
Sousa's
for Coach
playing
Silva.
shortstop.
Yeah, Coach Silva had several players come from Nichols, follow him up to Jonesboro.
Red Wolves have a 2-1 lead. That's painted on the corner, a fastball to send the count to 0-2. So Peyton Lee could use a little bit of love with Campbell at second, Torres at first. That one sawed off and hit over near the Red Wolves dugout.
Probably got a really veteran crew working today.
There's no doubt.
Probably led by Jeff Head as the lead umpire.
Guys with pro experience. Jeff Head's been in this conference, it feels like forever. 2-strike pitch, and it just plunked the elbow guard. Troy, when you hit the 9-hole hitter on an 0-2 pitch when you've allowed 4 straight to reach, that kind of really gets the heart rate beat going, because he wanted an out, let alone now to see the bases loaded.
Yeah, that one completely got away from Peyton Lee right there. Looked like a changeup that he left up in the zone, and
goodness gracious.
That is a big miss.
Because it turns the lineup over. The bases are loaded. Now can he get a ground ball, maybe a double play? Ashton Quiller popped to third, his lone time in, and see his numbers from a season ago. The Red Wolves have a couple of guys worthy of some preseason all-conference recognition, including Quiller. That ball's laced to the gap, left center field, hit a ton, and 4 gonna score on a grand slam from Ashton Quiller. What a huge second inning for the Red Wolves. It's a 6-1 game.
Can't get that kid off the mound now.
And Troy, when you couldn't get the 7, 8, and 9 hitters out, it was a possibility that one swing could do all kinds of damage, and that's exactly what transpired.
Well, Ashton Quiller came in this game hitting .419. Boy, a hanging breaking
ball
ball right
hanging,
there, and
say,
he just
that's what
absolutely
happens.
hammers it.
And here's Lane Walton, who struck out looking his only time in, and he took such a big swing he almost fell over. This inning started with a ground out. At least probably feeling pretty good. It went homer, single, 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 hit batter, grand slam.
And look how big those seeing eye singles are right now. You talk about some buzz in the Red Wolves dugout. It is.
There's life.
There's some chirping going on down there, and I'll tell you what, they deserve it.
6th all-time meeting between these programs. Walton pokes one out to right field. Laloy will get there to make the catch for the second out. Arkansas has won all 5, but not a big number of games in this all-time series. All of them have been here. Engskov will be the 9th man to hit this inning. He singled an inning ago, but he was out in a pickoff and a caught stealing. And there's that slider that just, it's tight. It moves a little bit away from the end of the bat.
Yeah, I think you got to start that one if you're Peyton Lee down the middle and just let it drift off the plate.
Did it again.
Yep.
It's still early.
Engskov,
A lot of game left.
Nodding, saying, yep, saw it the whole way. Probably shouldn't have chased it. I like how he's come off the knob of the bat, a little bit better bat control with 2 strikes.
0-2, and all of a sudden Lee comes back with a little bit of fight to end this inning, but Troy, one big swing made a huge difference in that frame for Arkansas State.
Well, it started with Aiden Houseworth, and he went big fly right over Micah New. And then with the bases juiced, how about Ashton Quiller? Grand slam for the Red Wolves. They're up 6-1.
Bad inning for that young man, but he got through it. And I would like to think that our lineup's good enough to bring us back in this ball game. The way the ball's flying out of the ballpark with this many innings left.
Who's A-State's baseball hitting coach?
I'm not sure. Yeah, that's unbiased. Good to see it, buddy. And that's for sure. This is definitely pitchers that are not going to be pitching on the weekend, and this is when they are just trying to get
He is a
pitchers in
freshman.
there. Yeah.
But I think we do need to swap it.
There you go.
Swap out
Will.
pictures.
For all everybody's just coming in, you gotta excuse my voice. I'm battling the flu like most of our ball players are. So, if you could do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button or follow button if you're on Twitch, we would greatly appreciate it. It might make me feel better.
So has some work to do. There's your all-time series. First meeting was post-World War II, but they've started to resume and play here in recent years. Kahia-Waloy leads off the bottom of the second. We did not have this game last year. It was an SEC network game. Of course, the announcers weren't here.
Yeah.
You and I were here, but we weren't the announcers that day, so it was
A little strange.
a difference, yes. Kahia-Waloy with 3 homers and 8 knocked in, including what was a 424-foot homer to run rule Xavier on Sunday. He had the walk-off hit on Saturday that we're going to come back to because I'm still kind of shaking my head at it. But a nice note in the paper that said Aloy has ended 4 games with a hit in a couple of seasons. 3 times were home runs and that walk-off single on Saturday. So it's starting to become his thing.
Yeah, started calling him Mr. Clutch. I believe he led the team in RBIs a season ago.
70. Fouled that one right back to us, but the screen took it out of play.
Kahio, that ball was at your eyeballs, bro.
Andrew Allen all of a sudden working with the lead after a 6-run top of the second inning.
That'll make you relax a little bit, won't it?
Does not hurt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Aloy, and he stays on that breaking ball and drills it down the line and left. Jumper was playing deep. He will fire it back in to keep Kahio to a long single. And my goodness, did that bat stay in the zone a long time from Kahia-Waloy.
Yeah, I think you really hit the nail on the head right there, Brett. Watch this swing, and again, keeps that barrel in the zone for a tremendous amount of time. That's a really good play by Cross Jumper to cut that ball off. And again, when you're down 5 runs, you cannot afford to get thrown out at a base. So you just camp on first base like Kahia-Waloy just did.
Reese Robinette has 9 hits on the year and 5 runs batted in. And takes one a little bit inside at 89 mph.
See, the one thing I saw out of Robinette a season ago, Brett, was just his patience at the plate. You know, he is not afraid to take a walk and work counts deep.
That's a big strike zone when you see it from that angle, too. Some guys might give a little bit of a crouch. With the ABS now in Major League Baseball, they're contorting the strike zone to your size,
right.
So everybody's zone is a little bit different. It feels like Reese's strike zone would be vast.
Looks like an Aaron Judge strike zone.
A little bit.
Standing up.
Even Judge has some bend to him. Reese is upright as they come, and yet it's 3-0 from Andrew Allen.
Well, if you're Robinette, you better got to get one on a tee right here. I'd be shocked down 5 that he doesn't take this pitch.
Hawks could use some base runners, and that's a strike to Robinette. Andrew Allen, again, has not quite been as consistent as maybe the Red Wolves would like. But he's got good enough stuff. He's just outstanding in some of the intra squads and one of their better pitchers in the fall. Be curious to see if he might be able to go 3 or 4 innings. And sometimes that is based on success. If he could get a little bit of rhythm, who knows? Could give this team a lift, because with 2 games instead of 1, you don't want to use everybody up in a game, but now they have to feel like this is a chance to win a game as ball 4 is issued to Robinette.
Well, I think that the coaching staff of Arkansas State might give him a little longer leash. Now with this 5-run lead, I know they just don't want it to dwindle away, but you know, maybe if he gives up a run here, run there, they'd really like him to go 4 or 5 innings, maybe
think so.
Up to 70, 80 pitches.
TJ Pompey is playing shortstop today. Brumbaugh not in the starting lineup. Sousa's at third, and a little bit of flu and sickness going through that clubhouse. I think it's been through the entire athletic department twice in the last couple of months. Pompey will take a strike over the outside corner. There are people in different programs that are telling me about their athletes getting the flu, say in January, and they're talking about it, and I say, is it the same flu, or is it gone left and come back again?
That's the crazy thing. Yeah, it's definitely spreading around all Northwest Arkansas.
Pitch is in the dirt, blocked by Amundsen. Hogs could use a bit of a bounce back.
Thanks,
second
GX
inning
Vipers,
after
for
a
the
6-run, top of the frame.
Michael, thank
From
you.
Arkansas
Welcome
State.
to the Sarge
If
Squad.
you're Arkansas, you've got a great chance to put a crooked number up on the board, and I think if in this situation right now, if you told Arkansas State they're going to get out of this inning with just 1 run, I think they'd take it.
Pompey pulled off a pitch that was a little bit down and out and came up empty.
Kind of had a borderline first pitch strike, and I think that's why Pompey offered it that one. I think that was clearly out of the zone.
Aloy at second, Robinette at first, and that is a wave and a miss. So a strikeout from TJ Pompey. That is the second K from Andrew Allen. Same pitch.
Yeah, there's that big straight over the top curveball, 12-6, and TJ about halfway through that swing started trying to slow it up and just couldn't. I think you see more change-ups to the left-handers out of Andrew Allen than that overhand breaking ball.
Zach Stewart got the start on Sunday and homered on the 10th pitch of an at-bat, including after a pop-up was not caught in foul territory that probably should have been caught, and then he made the Musketeers pay. 399 feet from Stewart. Of course, I got to call his home run when he was playing for Missouri State here, but missed Sunday's game as he homered as a Razorback.
Yeah, he hit several home runs here in Baum-Walker as a Missouri State Bulldog.
It's a high pop-up, and the wind will work that out of play. Ruiz came out of the game on Saturday. We found out afterwards a little bit of calf discomfort, and he was Arkansas's leadoff hitter and a good defender, and yet Stewart made a nice catch and left and homered. And sometimes when you build up depth in a program, you can have one of your starters not be able to play, and the guy that replaces him has a big day. Smokes a pitch wide of Hudson Polk in the coach's box and down the line and right.
Tell you what, Andrew Allen, he's not afraid to come inside with that fastball, especially to left-handers.
Single, walk, and a strikeout in this inning. Wave and a miss at a high fastball. How about Andrew Allen? When it looked like Arkansas might be building a big inning, he's gone strikeout, strikeout. And this was the issue, say, in the first 5 games when Arkansas's numbers with runners on base, runners in scoring position, Troy, were not just bad, they were dreadful. And that's what the Hogs hoped they had come out of on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's that fastball up in the zone that Zach Stewart swung through right there, but that's the pitch that's been giving the Hogs fits.
And this is Carson Willis, who's getting the start as the DH. He does not have an at-bat this year.
Been watching Willis in batting practice, and he's really hit the ball hard. I think that's what Dave Van Horn gave him the nod today.
Hot Springs, Arkansas native. Missed the year due to injury a season ago. So not only are we talking about his first at-bat of the season, we're talking about his first career at-bat.
That heart's beating just a little bit faster than normal.
Originally from Rogers, also went to Bentonville West High School. Counts 2-0. Make it 3-0. Nate Thompson pulled him aside around the batting cage inside today, and I think it was the old breathe, relax, don't feel the weight of the world, go do your thing, if I had to guess and paraphrase. Easier said than done, though, right? I guess 4 wide ones doesn't hurt to get your feet wet. He doesn't have it at bat, but he's on base, and the Hogs have him loaded. The Beer Hats are going to come out, and could we have a grand slam in both the top and bottom of this inning?
That would be really crazy. I think this is a whole team infield meeting right here for the Red Wolves.
There's the Beer Hats. Got him on the young one, too. I don't know what you do with those in the offseason, Troy. Do you pull it out like once a month just to wear it in November and December and January, or do you have to leave it packed away through the cold winter months and then go find it come February?
Oh, I'm sure there's a illustrious place in the house for the Beer Hat.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
Maybe send it off to the cleaners.
Yeah, you got to clean it. You've been sweating in that thing in June. Well, Micah New is going to bat. Tried to talk a grand slam into existence. Well, in the bottom of the first inning, how about this one? Up, out, and long gone, 400 plus feet. Second home run, first at Baum Walker for Micah New.
If you look, that really wasn't that bad of a pitch. That was a fastball in the inner third. Micah New just pulled his hands inside the baseball and found the barrel. And big, strong kid, super athletic. You talked about that vertical.
Hit 8 home runs in the Cape this year. And that pitch misses badly from Andrew Allen. Micah New would not chase.
I think if you're Micah New, you just can't be over antsy. You've got to try to sit on one pitch right here and really, cut that plate in half. And if you're going to look for a pitch middle in, and also maybe go from the belt to the knees.
Bases full of Razorbacks. That's 6 in a row that have missed. D1 baseball, when they evaluate Micah New, and again they saw him in the Cape, he has a 70 speed grade, which is incredible. Home to first, 4.1 seconds. Just 4 Major League Baseball players able to accomplish that. A 60 power grade, however. 15 homers a year ago at Marshall. And right now he's a spectator because that's 7 straight that have missed from Allen.
You're for sure going to have Micah New take this one and possibly even 2.
Allen in danger of walking in a run. And then he recalibrates and pumps one right in there for a called strike. He might just come unglued if he gets a pitch in the zone to swing it. Here's the 3-1. Wow, Troy, he didn't pull the trigger on a 3-1 fastball at 89 miles an hour.
Yeah, it looked like that was kind of in the outer third. I think he was trying to see if he could get something in he could pull. Pretty good pitch right there by Andrew Allen.
Wheels will be in motion now. Bases loaded, 2 outs, payoff pitch. Dumped out in the left field for a base hit. This will chase home a run and maybe 2, but the throw goes to third, and the out is recorded before the run scores. So Aloy scored, but Troy Robinette does not score because Carson Willis was out at third base first.
Wow. That's a base running mistake by a freshman that you just cannot make.
Never make the first or third out at
As
third
much
base.
as we appreciate what our mechanics can do and who they are, no one
Stop that commercial. Yeah, that was a base running blunder right there. Just killed the merry-go-round inning. Excuse me. Appreciate everybody watching. Ooh, wow. 530, almost 540. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't hit that like button or subscribed on here on YouTube, we'd appreciate it. And if you're following a little button over on Twitch, if we got this many people in here, I guarantee you, you got to forgive me. I'm battling the flu this week. But we appreciate you hanging out with us and watching the game.
Yeah, if you don't mind backing out of the live chat and hitting that thumbs up button.
We've had all of our last, I think, 4 streams. Our last 4 games we've streamed have all been over 150 plus likes. With this many, we'll see if we can if we hit 200 likes before the game's over with.
He might be going about 100%, but he's not going to get to the plate because the throw comes into third base, and Carson Willis, you cannot make that mistake at third base.
Yeah, that play's right in front of you, and again, that ball was hit pretty well right to the left fielder, and good throw by cross jumper. And again,
let's go.
When Carson Willis comes off the field, the first person he meets is Dave Van Horn, and they had a long conversation. We'll just put it that way.
Because it's 6-2, and Arkansas has the heart of the lineup up, ready to maybe do some damage. Instead, the inning is over, and now Tate McGuire comes on to pitch. Tate McGuire has appeared in 1 game, and he retired all 15 batters he faced. He gets Evan Griffiths and delivers strike 1. 40 of his 60 pitches were strikes at Globe Life. And Troy, when you have 5 perfect innings in your season debut, that's one heck of a way to start your season.
Yeah, he was really on. I mean, just filling up the strike zone, throwing anything he wanted. And again, Ryder Helfrich talks about Colin Fisher on a video game. I think it was almost like a video game with Tate McGuire up there.
A little bit. And I want to come back to Fisher as well because both of these guys just extremely good to start their seasons. Fisher has pitched twice. This is the second now for McGuire. And that is a high pop-up, and the wind will start to work this one away from Cooljoel. And he'll hang with it. And makes the catch. And this is Carson Willis coming off the field, and guess who greets you?
That's a conversation saying, hey, son, don't you know that we've got a runner about to score, and you just ran right into an out?
Again, if he stays at second, it's a 2-run single. As is, it's a 1-run single. And then, of course, the big part is the inning is over.
Right.
And this is Hausworth, who homered in the second. So McGuire is 16 for 16 retiring hitters. Colin Fisher, I think we mentioned he retired the last 20 that he faced the other day. And think about this, Troy, as Hausworth takes a strike. Sunday, this is according to, I think it was Corey Stewart on Twitter, the 3rd time in the DVH era that Arkansas allowed 1 or fewer base runners. Now, we're talking well over 1,400 games, and 3 times Arkansas allowed 1 base runner. But 2 of those have occurred in the last 9 games with Gage Wood's no-hitter at the end of last season.
Right.
That's out to right. Cahill will slip and fall, but he makes the catch anyhow. He added a degree of difficulty with the slip, and somehow he still caught that ball off the bat of Hausworth. When you think you've seen it all, you realize you have not.
Hey, Brent, no problem, man. We do all the Razorback games.
It goes the wrong way to start with, and that's
basketball,
what causes
football,
the slip.
baseball.
But again, the concentration, that is a ball finding you.
Hausworth might still be running if Cahillo's stuck on the grass after that slip. But there's 2 outs. And this is cross jumper. So think about that, though. 2 times of the 3 it's ever occurred in the DVH era as far as allowing 1 base runner in a game, we've seen going back to Gage's no-hitter and Colin Fisher's 1-hitter. That ball's tagged from cross jumper, making a bid for a long ball. That one will find the hog pin. And the Red Wolves have hit 3 today. And the veteran cross jumper with his first of the season. That ball's going to come back on the field. And it's 7-2 Arkansas State.
Well, right before the game, we were talking to Coach Silva, and I think his term was, we want some guys to be able to challenge the fence. I believe that they've done that today.
Yep, they found the fence and beyond, so that is 3 home runs. They didn't have that thump, and every once in a while, just to get some separation or to get some runs on the board, you need to be able to hit one to the fence or beyond. And that's a base hit from Kason Campbell to the right of second base, so he has a couple of seeing eye singles. It's 7-2 Arkansas State, and tell you what, these Red Wolves have come out swinging while the Hogs look like they're sleeping.
Yeah, very aggressive at the plate, really jumping on those first pitches. And again, let's see what Ryder Helfrich starts dialing up, maybe a few more off-speed pitches early on in counts.
So for the first time, McGuire dealing with a couple of base runners. And here's Torres, who takes strike 1, but certainly a tip of the hat to Fisher, what he did this weekend. The Big Tuna. I thought that was Jim Halpert. He was the Big Tuna until he became the Big Haircut when Andy nicknamed him, but it's also Colin Fisher. So meanwhile, I think the one thing we're going to get for the remainder of this week, whether it's today or tomorrow or this weekend, is we're going to see a lot of guys who haven't pitched much out of this
Thanks,
Arkansas
Jess and Timothy,
bullpen.
for the subscribe
Yeah, I think you
to YouTube.
really will. And there's
Appreciate that.
several
Welcome to the
that
Star
Matt
Squad.
Hobbs has talked about. I said, we got to get some of these guys some innings.
Right now, you're also trying to get outs, though. You want to stay around in this game to see if your offense can ignite late.
I think it was Lorenzini that was throwing when Fisher was still rolling pretty well.
I think 2 times he's been up ready to come into games, and then the game has ended. And that one is fouled away by Torres.
So we've seen some really scrappy at-bats out of these Red Wolves. If they've been down in the count, they're really spoiling those pitchers' pitches, like that last swing by Torres right there.
One ball, 2 strikes to Torres, who bats 8th in this lineup. McGuire did not miss by much. Shugban spent a couple of years at Indian Hills Community College, more than 100 games. Already has a base hit today, and he fouls that one back and out of play. 7-2 Arkansas State. Couple of quick outs before a homer and a single. Another one fouled away, so right now the Red Wolves have spoiled a few pitches to get into some deeper counts or at bats. Eighth pitch of this AB. Wave it a miss. Snapped one off, gets the K, and ends the inning. Red Wolves get a run back, though, on the solo homer from cross jumper. Razorbacks need to find some offense, down by 5.
We'll get it figured out. We had opportunity. We just had a freshman base runner make a mistake in the inning, last inning. But it was good to see we got the bases loaded. Took some good at-bats to get there. And just made a boneheaded mistake. But Arkansas State is for real. They're not a pushover.
Yeah, this ain't football.
Yeah. And they're just hitting the ball right now. It is just one of those games. It's not the end of the world. We got 119 likes. Appreciate it for getting us over 100 already. We'll see if we can make it to 2. Oh, God, that's too much. Jesus Christ. If you're watching us over on our Twitch channel, we appreciate you over there. We'll see what Ryder's got to say.
Video on YouTube and saw my buddy from Tennessee. He did something that took a fastball, it's like 97 on that black, went double on the backside and hung him a slider. The next at bat, he hit home run, and I was like, I want to do that. I didn't feel like I was able to do that, and I looked at his swing, and he cut himself off, and that's like, okay, I'm gonna try that, cut myself off in my stance, and I mean, it worked since then. It felt comfortable.
I like talking swings with hitters, and that was an in-depth conversation from Helfrich and Troy. I know last year started slow, this year is not. We saw a different gear from Ryder.
Thank you,
at
Greg
the
and
end of last
Keith,
season.
for
I think we're seeing a
new
different gear
subscriptions
this year with those changes he talked about.
Yeah, I think he was meaning in his term like cut it off. I think he was talking about closing up his stance. You know, kind of that front foot's going to be a little closer to the plate than the back foot.
They're going to face a new pitcher, though. Coming on for the Red Wolves, it's Brett Foss from Prosper, Texas.
You're going to see Foss sit around 88 to 91 with that fastball, mixing a slider as well. Just a two-pitch mix guy. A lot of times you see that out of the.
Nolan Souza, first pitch swinging. Greets him with a base hit to left, played back in by Jumper.
I was just going to say, out of relievers, a lot of times you'll see just a couple pitches. I like that aggressiveness right there by Nolan Souza.
Well, that makes the base running mistake of last inning maybe loom a little bit larger. Arkansas
really
only
does.
got one instead of two, and who knows, maybe 3 or 4.
You don't have very many opportunities to put up a big crooked number, and you might not see Carson Willis back in the game after that base running mistake.
Flip to first, and Souza, I don't want to see Nolan run at all unless he has to, unless that shoulder's perfectly fine. Just maybe I'm got that parental instinct after that season-ending injury at Georgia last year.
Just don't get hurt.
Helfrich started his swing and laid off on a pitch that missed in from Foss, the young man that was at South Arkansas Community College for a couple of years, and 23 and 24 for the Stars. Helfrich blistered a single into center back in the first. Takes one to the outside corner at 89 for a called strike. Ryder turned 21 last Tuesday. Rolls one to short. There is Engskov. Gets it out at second. Back to first. Picked by Campbell for a double play. Nicely done by the Red Wolves to get rid of that leadoff single in turn 2.
That was a great turn right there by Walton at second base. Just a good feed, got that ball out of his glove in a hurry. Denizkov, and look at the feed. It was right there, right where he needed to be. Up around his head, easy to handle for Walton, and made a really nice turn. Good pick over there at first base by Campbell.
Indeed. This is Kojal, struck out looking his only time in. Arkansas got a run in the first, a run in the second. Haven't been able to keep pace after the Red Wolves got 6 in their second inning, including a grand slam from Ashton Quiller. Next one to Kojal. Runs down and a little bit out.
I think the approach against Foss for Arkansas, if you're left-handed, you got to think up the middle the other way.
Big tight leg kick. Kind of floats that pitch over the outside corner for a strike. He raises that front leg in the air so much. I think you play a little bit of catch-up trying to find the baseball coming out of his hand. You'll see it from this angle. And then he does kind of sling it just a bit as well. It's a bouncer foul. Gives you a little to look at. Sometimes I feel like that ball might get on you a bit as a hitter when you're trying to find that release point when he's coming from almost behind his right shoulder.
Yeah, I think that's what he's got a lot of run with that fastball away from left-handers, and that's what you'll do when you try to pull that pitch. You'll just roll over the top of it for soft contact. right down the first base line.
The 2-2. That misses to Kojal. Count has gone full with Kahio Aloy waiting on deck.
I think the thing that Arkansas has to do is remember it's the third inning and not try to get all the runs back at one time.
Here's a payoff. That's down. That's ball 4. I think sometimes, Troy, when you're trying to come back and maybe a base running mistake ends an inning, or you had a caught stealing in an inning or a double play, you feel like you've just given away an out on the bases in every inning.
That's right.
To this point.
You talked about the read that Ryder Helfrich thought that ball got away, and that ended the first, and the big base running mistake by Willis, and then you just
too many.
Yeah, you had just a couple in the first couple innings, and those were big.
Here's Aloy, single down the line and left in the second, and take strike 1.
I think you're right. I think Foss is kind of sneaky fast.
I do too.
I think he lets go of that ball, and if you're a hitter, you're thinking, okay, well, it's going to be a little soft, and it's got a little zip to it.
There's something deceptive. It's not close. A ball and a strike to Aloy.
I think if he can work that outside corner from righties, he can almost start that ball off the plate and kind of tail it back in. Looks like a wiffle ball pitch.
Aloy looking for something to drive, and boy, he just tattoos balls even when they don't stay fair. Jumping down the line and out of play. He avoided any serious hamstring issue at the end of that stay in Globe Life. It was the wrist during the home run derby in the Cape, and then there was mono, and then there was a wisdom tooth, and then there was a hamstring strain. He's checked a lot of the boxes off the injury bingo card and has avoided any serious issue. I know the wrist wasn't much fun at the end of the summer because he put some torque on those wrists, and yet he came up empty. Foss gets the K. Arkansas had a couple of base runners, but only 4 come to the plate. It's been all Red Wolves so far here midweek.
Choppers with the bases loading. Ashton Quiller goes deep for the grand slam, and then in the third inning, how about Cross Jumper getting his first home run of the season, a bullet out into the hog pen.
Ball's flying today, and the Red Wolves are doing some damage. With the 3 home runs they've hit today, they have 14 in what is their 8th game. So you talk about challenging the fences.
That's getting it done.
Yes. And Arkansas has had some issues on the bases, and they have 2 runs on 4 hits, including a home run from Micah New. But there's some work to be done. This Arkansas team all-time 28-5 against in-state opponents, 6-0 against Arkansas State. That's in jeopardy. You've seen Little Rock win a couple of games, and UCA and the Wayback Machine has won a handful against Arkansas, but Arkansas State trying to get one. And worth repeating that they led Ole Miss late in that game in Oxford last Tuesday 6-3 and lost 7-6. They felt like they should have won that one. As Amundsen bats, he was hit by a pitch to load the bases from Lee in the second that to me felt like it kind of kick-started the inning because the grand slam followed. Dribbler to third, Seuss is there, kind of a sidearm flip to first to retire Arkansas State's catcher, and there's 1 out.
I think if you're Arkansas, you just have to start putting up zeros for Arkansas State, and they need Tate McGuire just to quiet these bats down. Brings up Ashton Quiller, and all he's done is hit ever since he stepped foot on the campus in Jonesboro.
Well, he goes into a deep crouch. Tell me that doesn't look like Ricky Henderson the way he holds the bat. It wasn't horizontal with the ground, but at some point, tell me that doesn't have a little Ricky vibe to it.
I love that. He's got some juice, too.
Ricky did, too. He'd tell you about it.
He had a lot of games he lit off with a home run, didn't he?
Plenty.
Yeah, Ricky wasn't shy with confidence, was he?
No. That one's fouled back and out of play. Shouldn't. He was a Hall of Famer. But you're talking about a couple of guys that were preseason all Sun Belt picks. And listen, a lot of people think the Sun Belt's kind of a mini SEC. You got Coastal up at the top and
Southern Miss.
Southern Miss. You're talking about regional teams, and I do love that stance. But Quiller and Engskov are guys that are preseason all first-team picks. As McGuire gets the K. Retired 3 in a row. Brings up Lane Walton, who's lined to right, struck out looking.
Really good breaking ball right there. The bottom just really fell out of that by McGuire. And you got to love that as a pitcher when you've got somebody like Ryder Helfrich back there as a backstop, because you know the ball's not going to get by him. You can throw that ball in the dirt.
Lane will take one up and out. McGuire had a couple of good outings in the spring, and Dave Van Horn said, I think the coaches have done a tremendous job with him. He really wanted to get better. They coached him up, gotten better. Walton skies one to right field. Aloy back looking up, and that is gone. Another home run for the Red Wolves. Lane Walton has number 6, and it's all Arkansas State. They keep flying.
I think the parents are going to be okay with him not giving him a pass, but after a swing like that. Dale, we talk about some great extension right there out of the big 6'4" frame from Lane Walton. It was a no-doubter, almost hit on top of the building.
Could we get messed around and be run-ruled?
This has been a bit of a stinker for the Razorbacks, and it's been a lot of fun for the Red Wolves. As Engskov steps in. Singled and struck out. Good pitch over the outside corner.
You might see McGuire just triple up on that breaking ball right there.
He did.
I'm going to go ahead and need all them players steroids tested, please.
They might have been
Second
like
inning of work for McGuire.
Cinco popped a couple Viagra before the game, you know.
It's fouled back and out of play.
To make their bats harder.
Now, does he dare go 5 in a row? Or does he change his eye slot and throw a fastball up out of the zone?
I just don't think that we might not have the hitters we think we have.
Yeah. You know, you get a little bit greedy and you want to finish him off rather than maybe set him up for the next pitch. There he did. He changed the eye slot, but it wasn't.
I mean, we still got something to prove, that's for sure.
Almost looked like McGuire almost fell off the mound on that pitch.
The 2-2. Fouled right at the plate again. Might be a few people tuning in that are saying, what's the score? It's 8-2. Oh, good. Good if you're Arkansas
That's
State.
right. Depends on who you're cheering for.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That one's not close. You know, kind of finishing off these Arkansas State hitters has not been easy today. They've been fouling a few away. Our Arkansas pitchers have been out of the zone at the wrong time.
Yeah, I really like the approach at the plate by the Red Wolves. Very scrappy.
Another one fouled back.
Boy, you talk about choking up. Look how high on the bat and off the knob is Inskov.
He's really shortening up. Here's the payoff. And another one fouled back and out of play. 10th pitch of this AB upcoming. That's down. That's ball 4. Inskov just outlasted. Oh, did they ring him up? They did. I'm not sure Inskov agreed.
That was a home
McGuire
gimme strike
will
right
take
there.
it. That ends
That was
the
awful low,
inning.
but we'll take it.
But Lane Walton had some fun for the Red Wolves. This young man from Texas with the big leg kick got one up and out. A little bit of a bat flip. Home run number 6 on his season for number 6, and the Red Wolves knocking a few over the fence.
You feel like we're trying too hard to go after the home run hit instead of just getting the base hit?
No, we're not doing much of anything right now, to be honest.
You ever seen a hitting coach fired in the middle of the season?
Yeah. Lynn, thank you for subscribing to our YouTube. Appreciate you. Welcome aboard.
Something needs to change. Because goodness. Not trying to be super negative. I'm just saying it doesn't look good.
There's a lot of games to play. I mean, this is only, we're 6-1, 8th game. So, I mean, baseball, this isn't like football where if you lose a game or two, your season's over.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, right now, consistently, we don't look good.
Yeah, but we've only lost one game, though, is what I'm saying. I don't care how we look as long as we're winning games. Because it will get better as the season goes along.
Pitch of it at bat. You hate to get rung up if you're the hitter. Reese Robinette on one pitch will fly out to center to begin the bottom of the 4th inning against Foss. So Arkansas needs a big inning at some point.
Appreciate you for that follow over on Twitch.
And this has been a game where you have to give a lot of credit to Arkansas State for what they've done to jump out to an 8-2 lead.
Well, I think that you only have one walk. I know we're just in the bottom of the 4th, but only one walk by Red Wolves pitchers, and I think that's the key. No free base runners, only one in this ballgame for the Hogs.
3 infielders on the left side of the diamond as TJ Pompey takes a strike. He went down swinging to strike out in the 2nd. Got something wrong with that helmet?
Gonna do a little repair at the plate. It's TJ Pompey trying to get his guard must have been loose or something. He said, I'll just take it off.
Throw that thing off.
That looks like he's got a mouthpiece on the side of his helmet.
That's different. 0-1 pitch. Anthony's called a strike.
You got to be ready for that. You know this umpire's calling a low zone.
2-strike pitch. Pompey will cut and
come on,
miss.
Pompey,
So
man, you got to quit chasing that damn slider
that was
outside.
a 3-pitch K. 2 very quick outs at a quiet bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, when you're struggling, that's what you do. You take the pitches in the zone and then you swing at the pitches outside the zone. And tell you what, it's easy to hit when you're up here in the booth, but when you're
Jeff, and then swung at that slider, breaking outside.
It can be
off the plate.
Difficult task.
It's not a lick of fun when you're doing that. Number of times I've seen Arkansas call an offensive
what
timeout
aggravates
in my tenure
me
is about
is
I don't need all my
2.
fingers. Yeah,
it's like
right,
our
correct.
batters
They're
are
using
taking
one
the
here,
pitches
and
that
I
they should
think
be
this
swinging
might
at
be
and
an
swinging at
approach
the pitches they should be taking.
Obviously, there's a little gamesmanship when you try to slow down an and the pitcher is working on a quick inning. Xavier did it a couple of
Right.
times, which of course sent Bubba into a tizzy when I was with him. So we
Will,
commiserated in our thoughts on the
excuse me.
offensive timeout.
I agree
But,
with you on that.
nonetheless, I think Nate Thompson has 2 ideas in mind with this TO.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, again, Foss is kind of on a roll. You need to get something going offensively, and I think he's also telling
Yeah, I did
Stewart
too,
you're
Angel.
probably going to see the ball in the outer third.
I knew that was coming.
So if you try to pull it, you're going to ground out to second.
There's the numbers for Stewart last year at Missouri State.
There's that first fastball that tailed well off the plate, but I think that's what he's going to see, a steady diet of maybe breaking balls through the back door and
Excuse me.
fastballs away.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
45 career home runs, though, for Zach Stewart. What is interesting when you look into the SEC weekly packet, they'll talk about the leaders in categories like home runs and games. Well, Stewart's up there because he's in the SEC, but his numbers all came at Missouri State, short of a couple of games. There's 44 home runs in Springfield, 7th best in Missouri State program history.
Get some big thumpers like Ryan Howard, who played at Missouri State.
Stewart had a 21-homer campaign as a sophomore. That one is drilled high and deep to right. This thing may clear the building and head to Foghorns.
He got that one.
Oh, my goodness.
Two days in a row,
That went
or 2 games in a row.
mile from Zach Stewart, 414 feet. 110 off the bat. Elevate, celebrate, and that thing just disappeared. That's a couple of starts and a couple of home runs for Stewart.
Let's go,
Stewart
Stewie.
didn't get any help from the wind. I think he could have hit it through a hurricane.
Yeah, I
on that
agree,
one.
Mobley. He
That ball
is
was
nice.
absolutely destroyed by
Stu
Zach Stewart.
is
Look at this connection. Watch, he's keep this head down on contact.
I don't think Pompey needs
Boy,
to have
looked like
another
like
at
he was
bat for
hitting
a little while.
A 3-wood right there.
Did you ever see that one come down?
Yeah, it was. I think it was in the backside
Yeah,
of the building.
Pompey
That
and
building's pretty
Brumbaugh
deep.
It
are
is
both
deep.
struggling right now.
But when you get past that ledge, it's hard to see it unless you get a big bounce of some sort. As Carson Willis bats for the second time, he walked in the second inning on 4 pitches. There's a chopper to third. Torres will come and get it. Good glove guy makes the play to retire Willis to end the inning. Arkansas gets one back on the Stewart homer. We got a lot of baseball yet to go as we head to the 5th. In softball, threw a no-hitter. I think it's her 3rd in her career. That was on the 20th. Same day, opening day at Baum Walker, the home opener. What a crowd. Almost 10,400, a record. That night, Morgan Price got the first 10 in Arkansas gymnastics history with her vault. That was quite a moment for the gym backs. Track and field, they're always setting records. How about an 800-meter and distance medley relay record? One for the women as well. And then Camden Koschel had the cycle Saturday afternoon, and Kahia Willoy had the walk-off hit, and we almost had an immaculate inning in that game, too.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, and what a great job by Camden Koschel. He started out with the hard things first, the home run, then the triple out of the way, and then the single and double just came easily. So Arkansas's got a new arm on the mound. This is Ethan McIlvain. He's a transfer from Vanderbilt. Again, you see a big-bodied 6'4", 250, and he threw really well down at Globe Life Field. I think it was against Tarleton. And they wanted him to repeat right here and just try to keep the door closed on these Red Wolves. They have hit everything that Arkansas has thrown up at him at this point.
You see the ERA, it's not what he wanted, and he was pretty open with us talking about his sophomore season and wanted a little different result and came here to Arkansas. He's on in the 5th inning. And the Hogs have some work to do, trailing 8-3. This is the cleanup hitter, Griffiths, who's 0 for 2. He'd like to join the parade, and he takes strike 1. Parker Coyle called McIlvain a fire breather, and I'm assuming that was with an endearing
Appreciate
thought
the
process.
subscribe there, Fisherman. Appreciate that.
In his freshman year, he had more than 50 innings at Vanderbilt, had a little better earned run average. But entering last season, Perfect Game had him as like the number 24 sophomore in the country. And again, things didn't quite work out, but I know Arkansas has high hopes that he can kind of emulate what his brother did at Vandy and propel himself on to the professional ranks.
A really nice cutter right there, and he kind of has that old school mustache, like some of the old Milwaukee Brewers back in the day, like Pete Vukovich. And
little Goose Gossage, and we're going to do a side-by-side at some point, but there's some Goose in there, and this is a big man. Kind of closes off that stance before his pitch. That's down and in. He did say there was a moment in the fall when they were playing outside competition where the moment got a little big for him, got too amped up. He really wanted to prove himself, and in his exit meeting with DVH, the head hog said, you don't have to do that. Just come in here and throw. You don't have to throw the ball through a brick wall. You don't have to prove yourself in one outing. I think it gave McIlvain some freedom and maybe kind of a pick-me-up of sorts to say, listen, I can just go out there and do my thing.
Right. I think when you're trying to battle for time on the mound, sometimes you do those things. You try to kind of pack in 3 appearances into one, and then it goes against you.
That one fouled off the foot of Griffiths.
All of them so far today, Pigpen.
Holds at 2-2. Didn't feel great.
It'll take a while to get the feeling back in that foot.
He's got that protective guard, but it must have missed it. One thing you notice in that shot, though, about McIlvain, the uniform number, 33. Remember who wore that one?
Pretty nice left-handed numbers for the last few years for the Hogs.
Zach Root, Hagen Smith.
Go back a little farther, Nick Schmidt.
Yeah, another one. And he said the biggest goal in wearing that number is I have to make some strides. I see that in my locker every day, and it kind of reminds you there's work to be done to equal what the guys who wore that number before me.
I think Drew Smiley was a 33. He had a pretty good career in the big leagues.
This at bat may never end, though. Still waiting for a verdict. 3-2.
How about little old Al Razorbacks?
It's a great take by Griffiths right there, just off the plate.
Another one fouled away.
Just an absolute battle by these Red Wolves. No matter what happens here, I'd have to say that so far in this part of the game, Coach Silva's got to be really happy with how his guys have just competed at the plate.
I would say so. Payoff pitch from McIlvain. Wave and a miss. Big number 33 won the battle, but he invested 10 pitches in the cause.
95 in that last fastball. You can see it's got some late life to it. That was just power on power right there. He had the 4-hole hitter against the big lefty, and McIlvain won that battle.
Aiden Hausworth has had an interesting couple of at-bats. He homered in the second, hit a liner to right that looked like it was going to be an easy out. Then Cahillo fell, looked like it might be many more, and Lloyd made the catch while lying face down on the grass.
Talked about all the injuries Aloy's had. Good thing he didn't hurt himself on that play.
It is a good thing. one thing about this Arkansas State team, and you know, you got to have a little bit of adversity here or there, even though you'd really prefer that not be the case. They lost their cleanup hitter. It was Jalen Fox, and he had a weird kind of swing and got locked up on opening day. And then at Mississippi State, his knee basically gave out on him in the batter's box. And Troy, that was a guy as a freshman that was going to be hitting right in the darn middle of the lineup, if not cleanup. And you know, his season is over.
Yeah, I like how Coach Silva described him. He said he's just a special player with a special talent. And now they can't wait to get him back, but it might be a while.
2-2. Defensive swing from Hausworth, able to spoil it. You know, sometimes when you have an injury, say in the fall, you might have a little bit of time in January to kind of see what it's going to look like without a big player. But when it happens in the first couple of games of the year,
yeah, it's really tough to
it
get
hurts.
back.
Yeah. Hausworth has battled a few injuries himself, had a long homer against Stony Brook on that opening weekend. McIlvain will K him here, so 2 batters faced, 2 strikeouts.
Dude, McIlvain's not trying to be tricky right there. That's just fastball right down Broadway. He just overpowered him.
Cross jumper is singled and homer. Coach told us he was going to get Jumper in there, and sometimes when you're off to a little bit of a slow start, and no one's going to overreact to 7 or 8 games, but if Jumper looks back at the end of this season and says, you know, things turned around for me, he might be identifying this game.
I really think so. I mean, super talented, very athletic.
Little flare hit to Pompey, doesn't carry, so he doesn't get that 3rd hit. McIlvain has a 1-2-3 inning. First time today the Red Wolves have gone down in order. Halfway done, up by 5 of the visitors.
Welcome, everybody. During the commercial break, if you could go out and hit that like button, we'd appreciate it. We almost got 600 people in here. Only 140 likes. We should easily make to 200. Hook your boys up with a like. We'd appreciate it very, very much. We will be back live again tomorrow for the game 2 of the series.
Reporter put her to work last week for a gymnastics meet. Got another one coming up a week from Friday when Arkansas is going to try to set the all-time gymnastics record, which is almost 17,000. They want more than 17,000
Wow.
at Bud, so I'll expect you to be there, Troy, 1 week from Friday.
Okay.
No baseball for you, straight to gymnastics.
I just skipped the game.
Here's Micah New. Micah singled and homered. You know, the one thing I like about DVH, you always get an honest answer, and you never have to wonder what he's thinking. And somebody said, you know, what have you seen at a Micah off to a slow start? He said, he's not swinging at strikes.
It's not complicated.
You can simplify it quickly. When you don't swing at strikes, it means you're swinging at balls and you're complicating matters. So as much as we have all the analytics and all the data and the exit velo and the quadrants and the pitching, sometimes it comes down to swinging at good pitches to hit.
That's right.
Foss back for another inning of work, and Micah tried to poke at one and bunted it foul. And again, remember, I told you he had 4-1 speed to first base, so you know my thoughts often on bunting, especially when you have some power. But when you're talking about a guy like Mike Anu with that 4.1 seconds to first base, there are 4 major league players that did that last year, including Chandler Simpson, who has 80 grade speed. So you're talking about a select few that can get down to first, but he takes strike 3. So Foss continues to keep these Arkansas hitters a little bit off balance. Did he clip that corner? I think he did.
That's a really great pitch. Yeah, that's an unhittable pitch right there. That's
a great 2-strike pitch.
That's Foss just dotting that outside corner. Sometimes as a hitter, you have to tip your hat to the pitcher, and that's one of them right there.
There's Nolan Souza. He's grounded out and single.
It's always good for Arkansas fans to see Nolan Souza really hitting the ball to left field, and I think that just shows when he's having a little more patience and taking that pitch where it comes.
Grounds one up the middle, diving stop by Inkskov, and his throw to first is going to be in time. That was a big-time play. Thought Souza had a hit up the middle, then I thought maybe he would beat that one out, but the Red Wolves had another idea.
Boy, not only the Red Wolves hitting the ball well, but flashing some leather right there. That ball off the bat looked like it was going to get through, but it's a great play by Inkskov.
Well, sure is. A couple of quick outs here in this Razorback 5th inning. Brings up Helfrich, who is singled and bounced into a double play. Hogs down 5. Pitch a little bit below the bottom of the zone. Arkansas scored single runs in 3 different innings, but they've been running uphill since the top of the 2nd. That's a swing.
That is not picking up the spin right there because that missed in the left-hand batter's box.
Foss has had some run and some movement. So much there that that one is not close to being in the zone. Arkansas has hit a couple of home runs as well, but they've also lost the home run battle to Arkansas State. Helfrich lifts one high in the air down the line in left, but the wind is going to take this and push it foul. On a neutral day, that thing is in the seats and it's gone, but the wind got it and rode it to the left of the pole.
I think you're going to see Foss throw this one down and away again after seeing that ball fly almost out of the yard.
Two is hammered foul outside of third base. Feels like for Arkansas, this game needs something like a Mountain Dew or
a Red Bull or something. They need some. They need a jolt.
It's down and out. And the count's gone full. Hogs in danger of going in order in the 5th unless Helfrich can reach. Foss ready with a payoff. And the 3-2. A late check swing and a soft foul ball, and we'll do it again.
Helfrich talking to the home plate umpire and seeing if that pitch was going to be a strike, and Sean Arthur, I think, was nodding his head and saying yes, it was. And it's always something good to know, have that conversation with the umpire if you're a hitter.
Another payoff. Another one capped foul, softly, first base side.
That's a wooden bat. That thing's split. That's where you get most of your broken bats, is right off the end. But I wouldn't know anything about that.
Probably not.
Never did that in my career.
Turning into a little bit of a battle. Who will win it? 3-2 pitch. Another one lifted a mile, and this one's headed towards that new video board and maybe even clearing it.
Welcome in, Mark.
See that new 55-foot wide video board? The Willard and Pat Walker Charitable Foundation helped out with that one. Troy, it provides a different look for those in the hog pen or in the bases loaded landing.
Yeah, down that right field line, it's a better look for them as well, too, yeah.
Another payoff pitch, another one hit in the air, and let's see if Torres has a play. He took a straight line jolt to the edge of that camera well, and it's out of play again. In the old days, there'd be a few Razorback players racing outside to pick up baseballs on the street and bring them back in.
I remember those days. You had to fight off kids to bring them back. Those were BP balls.
Yeah, wrestle those kids. About to be the 11th pitch, and Ryder's saying, listen, if the wind wasn't blowing, I would have hit 2 home runs, so get off me. Another 3-2.
Appreciate
that
that follow.
Must frustrate
on
Foss.
Twitch.
Ryder outlasted him and gets the walk.
But that's where we're right where Foss wanted that last pitch. It's just a better take by Helfrich. Sometimes even little things like that, like a great quality at bat, can really spark a team. If Kojal can come up here and take one out of the yard, might be just what the doctor ordered for the Hogs.
Okay, I see you working. You can talk it into existence. I was talking Kojal's cycle into existence about the 3rd inning on Saturday.
So you gonna claim that?
Well, Bubba said, are you talking the cycle already? I said, well, you have to. A home run and triple are out of the way, and we've got about 6 innings to go.
Those are the hard ones.
Appreciate
Again,
it, Denny,
going to see
for
everything
subscribing
down
to
and
YouTube.
away. Kojal's
Welcome
got
to
good
the SAR
opposite
squad.
field power, though.
4 home runs already for Camden. But this pulled that bat back after squaring, and the count 1-1. Kojal went to the Team USA tryouts in Cary, North Carolina, off of that incredible week back at home for the College World Series, then went to the Cape. Hit hard to first. Campbell smothers it like a hockey goalie, like it's USA and Canada, and he kept it in front of him in the inning ends, and the Razorbacks strand a runner. 5 complete, 5-run lead for the Red Wolves.
Crazy. Just seems like everything's bouncing Arkansas State's way right now. They just playing good. They building good. They obviously hitting good. We appreciate all the new guys and coming in and gals. We do all Razorback games. We'll have tomorrow's game. And I want to say Thursday we have a softball game, the women's softball against Omaha. And we might, depending on how I feel, if I get over this flu, we might do the Arkansas Texas A&M basketball game on our Twitch channel. That would be a Twitch only stream on that one. We'll have to see how I feel though. We appreciate you hitting that like button and all the new subscribers, helping the channel grow. Make them hearts and them fly. That helps out. YouTube show our stuff to more people. They definitely working because we've been growing. Our viewers are getting bigger every game. So
Only got 500 in here right now.
almost 550.
165 likes. Come on, man.
Tell you what, when you got a big body like Ethan McIlvain going about 250 on the mound, 6'4", you're already looking tough, and then the mustache even kind of adds to it.
Welcome aboard, Ride with Richard. Thank you. D-Hit1, appreciate you.
He had a perfect fifth in his first inning of work. Put a few pitches in that frame,
welcome
however.
aboard. Appreciate
18.
you coming, subscribing, and hanging out with us.
And Campbell's got a couple of singles. Coach told us last night he probably going to start Campbell a time or two. He broke his wrist last fall, and they're trying to kind of find that right workload, bringing him back. Probably, what did he say, 3 or 4 weeks away from maybe really being 100%. So you know, you don't want a kid to come back and struggle a little bit when you're not right, but you need to get him at bats too. So it's that balance that I think that the coaches have to navigate.
Yeah, I think so. It's just a fine line. You know, he's probably one of those guys that you have to really control his swings and just say, hey, you can only have half of what everybody else is taking in the cage.
Probably not a bad idea.
That looked like a pretty good pitch to me.
Is Coach Silva?
That guy just looks like he's wearing a toupee under that hat. Them sideburns look fake. Oh, that
McElvain closes off that stance before he pitches. Not easy for these lefties to hit against. Pompey will charge and scoop and throw. Somewhat close at first, but Campbell retired. Seen Pompey at third, now it's short. And
appreciate that, Mark.
listen, anybody that's going to be replacing Vahiva Loy, whether it's the transfer, whether it's the freshman, we became so accustomed in recent seasons to seeing elite defense from Vahiva.
The routine play, well, like everything looked routine to him, even bad hops, but just some of the circus catches that he would make on pop-ups into shallow outfield they were Sports Center-like.
I've seen a lot of great shortstops not be able to do that, go back and make that over-the-shoulder catch, or you get called off, or you get nervous. He just turned hits into outs as Torres bats for the third time. So I think sometimes you almost have to adjust your expectations a little bit in the sense that we can't expect everybody to be perfect, and yet it's hard not to because, you know, even before Vahiva, you start thinking of Jalen Battles and you think of other tremendous shortstops that Arkansas has had and coached up by Dave Van Horn, among others.
We got
just in the 7
or
8 years that I've been here.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the line that Dave Van Horn said to Vahiva on his recruiting trip. Are you going to let me coach you? And he said, yes, sir. And he asked him again, are you going to let me coach you? And I think that's what you're going to get from there's a good look at Carson Brumbaugh.
Honestly, I think it's the best thing a coach can say to a player.
Right.
Because how do you answer that? You know, if you're going to turn up your nose or you're going to say to a Hall of Fame coach, no, well, obviously that's kind of on you. And that's a wave and a miss. But when you put it in those terms, are you going to let me push you and coach you up? I think as a player, it almost fires you.
Right.
To say, well, if you think you can get more out of me than I think I can get out of me, then let's go to work. McElvain missed a little bit with that 95-mile-an-hour heater, and the count has gone full. I'd prefer him just to come right after Torres here and see what he might be able to do.
You can see the Arkansas faithful behind the plate. That's a pitch that they thought that Sean Arthur's given the Red Wolves at times.
Payoff pitch. That's down and in. That's the first base runner against McElvain after he had retired the first 4. By the way, the Red Wolves have left one guy on base all game. Well, they've scored 8.
Yeah, when you're raking and had 10 hits, there's not a lot of opportunity to leave guys on.
Yeah, you're right. Amundsen, kind of a throwback in the sense that this is a defensive catcher. That was a wave and a miss, and the throw from Helfrich after a double clutch is late. I'm not sure if he was contending with the swing there of his counterpart, but either he couldn't get the ball out of his glove and you see him tap his chest saying that's me, or whether he was a little bit leery about throwing into the hitter. I'm not sure.
I think it was a grip. It was almost like he double clutched on that grip. You see infielders do that quite often.
That pitch a strike over the inside corner. See if Ryder had a hard time getting. I think he did. He double clutched.
Right? We have that T-move technology
get that grip on that
for these
baseball
SEC
and had
Plus
to
games.
push it into the glove again. Takes away the double play. That's a big stolen base by Torres.
Amundsen almost hit by a pitch again. I was going to say, to be a 4-year starter as a catcher, you know, coach has a lot of trust in you. One and two, the count. Torres starting around second base, and that's fouled at the plate. Let's take one more look to see if that ball kind of, he's trying to almost flip it into, oh man, it's a wonder he even came up with that. That's a triple clutch.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, he caught it in the webbing, which catchers rarely do, and that's what started it all. He gets that in the pocket. I think he's going to be able to get a good grip on it.
McElvain kind of fighting his way through the bottom of this lineup here in the top of the 6th inning. Red Wolves trying to add to this lead. Another one fouled away.
A little surprised that McElvain went with something off speed right there. It looked like an 88-mile-an-hour changeup. He's been running that fastball up to 95, and you've got your 9-hole hitter. I think that's where you just got to go up there and throw your best pitch, which his is that fastball.
Seen a lot of pitchers shaking today, and I'm not sure if they're shaking to come back to the original sign to give the hitter something to look at, or whether they're kind of fighting just a bit with Ryder. Little fister, almost in no man's land. Souza will charge and throw it. He made a nice play. I thought that ball might kind of die in the grass, but that's the second out as Torres takes third. First real test for Souza to kind of cut one loose on a throw.
Yeah, you really saw the athleticism of Nolan Souza right there. Big kid, but has tremendous speed, and boy, he really closed on that ball in a hurry because, like you said, it looked like off the bat that was going to be trouble.
You know, there was some thought if he was healthy, maybe he might have a chance to play shortstop. We saw him at second base. We're seeing him at third. Quiller had the grand slam back in that big second inning. Back in his Ricky Henderson stance here. That one laced foul. Where do you think, Troy, for Souza at the next
Darren,
level?
he does kind of look like he could have
drafted,
3 kids and a mortgage.
Do you think someone would say, you're going to play third, you're going to play second? I don't know if it'll be short, but which one of those two might you pick?
I could see him more of a second baseman. I mean, it's a big second baseman.
It's a physical second baseman.
Yeah. Yeah, how about 6'3", about 215?
I don't know yet, to be honest with you, to answer my own question as Quiller waves and misses. Obviously, the bat will speak for itself, a physical kid, and hoping to make the most out of his junior year after an abbreviated sophomore campaign. Right now, McElvain trying to get this man Quiller to end the top of the 6th inning and strand a runner at third base. Two outs, 2 strikes. It's down and in.
Well, you can just see how Ashton Quiller takes pitches out of the zone. I mean, tremendous confidence. He can even tell about halfway to the plate that ball's not going to be a strike. You can see he doesn't even track it with his eyes. He knows it's out of the zone.
Well, he took that ball out of the glove, didn't he, of Helfrich on the swing. Let's go back and take a look at his swing for Quiller in the second inning.
Boy, a hanging breaking ball right there by Peyton Lee, and Quiller did not miss it. That was the big swing so far of this ball game.
That made it 6-1 in a blink of an eye. Next pitch is chopped towards Kojal. Easy play, easy flip. Red Wolves do strand a runner this inning, but Arkansas starting to run at a time, down by 5.
This little light.
Hey, listen to what Mark says. We got almost 650 people watching on YouTube and Twitch combined. If you're on YouTube, we want to try to make that 200 like. That'd be our highest total so far on likes. If you're watching now, you just come in late. Just forgive my voice. I am battling the flu right now, but I wanted to still bring you guys the game, so I'm not talking as much. Just letting you enjoy the game. Only kind of get with you during commercial breaks when I ask you to hit that like button. Appreciate all the new subscribers today. We continue to grow and we love it. When I first started this channel, I thought I'd never be at 500, let alone 2,500. So we appreciate you guys very much. And we look forward to spending all year with you guys. Fennel, welcome to the SAR squad. Appreciate you very much. Yeah, we only need 7 more. We get across 200.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He was playing way too deep, and then he had a hesitation off the bat. He stopped and let that ball bounce in front of him. I think,
but it landed where he should have been playing to begin with,
right.
And then there is no walk-off celebration.
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to be a couple steps in. I mean, if they hit one against the wall, then they deserve to win the game. But you got to cut that line drive
205.
off.
We were talking about that on the radio even before that play took place. I'm like, don't you have to bring the left fielder in? If Cahillo hits one of his rockets on 2 bounces, don't you want a chance to throw out Kojal to keep playing? Now, Arkansas will gladly take the win. Aloy had the walk-off. It surprised me a little bit in real time, and as we look at it, how deep they were playing. And again, this is with 2 outs. So, on a base hit, it's kind of do or die. And Cahillo facing a new pitcher as well as Arkansas bats in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, they got Cooper Garrison does the Red Wolves. 5'11", 165-pound sidearm senior.
And Cahillo will
I would say we kind of took a little dip in both sides of the ball,
so
pitching and offense this year. I think we took a little dip.
Enough is how deep outfielders play.
Yes, we do every game, Mac. We got this game tomorrow, and then we got softball,
5'11", 165.
and then we got all the UT
that fits a little bit better than that. There's the numbers from a year ago. And the pitch to Aloy is chopped to first. The only infielder on the right side of the diamond was Campbell. He will retire Aloy, and there's 1 out. Troy, in our day, and we're old, the thought was we're not giving up a bloop hit. If you hit it over my head, I've earned it.
Right.
And where it's really changed is
100% mover.
Now you say, well, I'll give you 3
This is all about
bloops
trying to find them midweek
and let you
guys.
move station to station. I'm not going to let you hit a ball over my head, and that's where the game has changed. In a sense, it almost reminds me a little bit of the way basketball has evolved so much in the last same time frame, 7-8 years. As Robinette bats, another ground ball, another chopper to short, and there's 2 outs. In other words, close play, but the out is recorded. Teams will pass up mid-range jump shots for 3s, and why?
Right. It's an extra point.
3 is good. I'm not going too fast for
Sorry.
you.
I'm right
3 is
Thought I
more
was
than
muted.
2. Well, in baseball, I'll give you all the 1s and 2s you want, but I'm not going to let you get the big swing over my head. But sometimes it ends up and comes back and costs you a chance to throw out a runner.
I also think that it's a lot of confidence as an outfielder. You have to have a lot of confidence. The hardest play for an outfielder to have or to make is going back on the baseball. Much easier coming in.
Takes that away.
So they play a step deeper. And
no, Luke, we don't do
If I was a
gymnastics.
pitcher, I would rather have
There's
somebody,
so much going on with
somebody
the
torches
basketball,
one and one
football,
hops the fence,
baseball,
okay, so be it, like you said.
and overlap.
But
I can't.
those
I can only
sinking
fit so
line
much in.
drives that just fall in front of outfielders all day long. I want my guys to be able to be aggressive. And
True.
go get one.
But you know what the thought process is? I'm not going to let you. If you double, it could score
Hey,
a
Connor,
couple
how
of
you
runs.
doing,
If
buddy?
you single, it might
Good
be
to see ya.
station to station.
Right.
Arkansas had a runner thrown at a third to negate a big inning as Pompey bats after the timeout. But how many catches have we seen up against the fence or on the warning track in recent years that we never used to see?
Yeah.
Because they start so deep.
They are deep. That's so
exactly
true.
what I was
Now we
saying.
saw Nate Thompson there with another one of the offensive timeouts. Bubba's probably going crazy. Pompey struck out twice. And, Nate brought up the point that we talk about from time to time. Who can throw anybody out anymore? I mean, it's just kind of a lost art, so to speak, in arm strength. But I felt like it came into play big time in the 9th inning on Saturday. And that pitch down and out.
Yeah, I think Pompey's got to really just sit on that breaking ball right now and make sure that it starts on the inside corner and ends up over the plate.
Yeah, there's been quite a few of those.
Troy
Red
said this
Hogs.
2 innings ago. This game is in need of a Mountain Dew or something. And maybe that's credit to what these Red Wolves pitchers
Well,
have
they've
done.
really taken the spark out of this crowd for sure. It's not a huge one in Arkansas standards.
How about 3 little ground balls this inning by Garrison? So a nice job for the reliever for the Red Wolves. Sends this game to the 7th. Still a 5-run game.
I want to congratulate all of our viewers too, because it is not even the end of the month yet. We still got this week, and our channel is over 100,000 views this month. So you guys have been coming and watching our channel quite a bit this month with the baseball. So we appreciate that. That helps us out a lot. YouTube's starting to show us more. So keep that up, because we want to keep building on that as we go. And we appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day to spend with us. It helps motivate us to do more, me to do more. Like today, being sick, still come in and get you guys the game. And that's why. You got us at over 200 likes. We've got subscribers today, some followers on Twitch. You guys are doing great. We appreciate it very much.
You know, it's really awkward walking into Walmart to get you something real quick and your general physician telling you, why'd you skip your last appointment?
Run into the doctor at Walmart.
Yeah, my family doctor. At that.
Then he gonna call you out too.
Uh-huh.
I'd be like, hey.
And then I told him to go subscribe and hit that like button for the Sarge.
Felt like the Hogs were going to get on
Last
a
time
roll.
I checked, I pay you,
After
so I'm
that,
the boss.
It has been almost all Arkansas State. That was a home run by Aiden Houseworth, then the grand slam by Ashton Quiller.
Finn, I could give you the best guess, but
how about cross
yeah, they don't
jumper
have the pitch speed
on one
these.
out into the hog pen. So A-State was just rolling at the plate. The fourth inning,
yeah, he already got one of those,
Stewart
Daniel.
hit one on top of the building, just golfed that one out there. That one went out of sight, Brett.
414
Pompey's
feet,
struggling right now. Him and Rumbaugh are both really struggling.
And Lane Walton added one as well for Arkansas State in the fourth inning. He's going to lead off the seventh. It's been all Red Wolves.
Oh, appreciate that, Royce.
They've been impressive today, but Arkansas is going to run on a new pitcher as well.
Mentioned us on Drive Time
Cooper
Sports.
Dossett, and he becomes the fourth pitcher that Arkansas has used.
Yeah, you're going to see a really nice fastball from Cooper Dossett coming off some Tommy John.
Yeah, I followed what you meant. I got you.
Fastball anywhere 95, 98, hit 98 down at Globe Life Field several times.
But the problem was, in 2/3 of an inning, he walked 3, gave up 4 runs, and that was in the game on Monday against
subscribing,
Tarleton. And I think
Connor.
what Dave
Appreciate
said
you.
is
Welcome to the Sarge Squad.
fourth time. He wanted to get him in earlier in the week, in one of those first 3 games, and I think he was kind of looking back, wondering if there would have been an opportunity to get him in there. Now, as it was a true save situation in the Monday game.
I know about that, Arky.
Right.
I'm just.
Seems like his misses have definitely been up in the zone. You see the first 2 pitches.
Nothing special here.
To a really tall 6'4".
Just an old veteran.
Lane Walton.
It felt like maybe Cooper was amped up, first time back in a long time. Walton skies one to center, but knew we'll have a play, and Dossett gets an out. And I think what this might allow Cooper is just to start to settle in. Your first outing when you haven't pitched in a couple of years, I would be amped up too.
Yeah, getting a big league park and a little bit of a pressure situation.
Think about what Arkansas's relievers have done, though, at times. And again, I mentioned they only used 6 pitchers in that entire Xavier series because of the CG on Sunday from
Gage
the
looks
Big
that
Tuna.
way.
And this is Engskov. But when Parker Coyle came in, there's a liner right to Robinette.
You're right,
Bases picked
Arky.
up, couple of
I'm
quick
that
outs
kind
in
of
the
special
7th.
for sure.
Troy, do you realize between Parker Coyle and Steele Eves that duo threw 55 pitches and 48 of them were strikes?
Wow, that's really filling up the zone. That ball's hit right on the button by Engskov and just right at Reese Robinette. I tell you what, there's been some hard hit balls and just haven't not found some holes in today's ball game.
Griffiths would like to join the parade. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Well, somebody's got to make the outs.
I believe he's faced 3 different Razorback pitchers. So this is his 4th at bat against 4 different Razorback pitchers.
And the first fastball he faces is 96. That's not really fair. Micah knew the center fielder was moved into that right center field spot with the velocity of Cooper Dossett.
Griffiths, a Stetson transfer. We'll see Stetson coming up in a couple of weekends for
Yeah,
a four-game series.
Lee just had a bad
Monday
outing.
noon game, don't
He just
Yeah, we do.
he got touched
That's
up
the
for
series
6
that we don't have the Friday game on
with
television.
a couple
because
homers and a grand
I
slam.
don't know, 8 other sports at the same time, so hang with us on that one. Troy will be at gymnastics, though, that night. Pitches
That's right.
a strike. It's 1-2.
Yes, Fishman, they did.
Don't
A lot
expect a
of
great seat, but you
A-State's
can be
balls
part
were
of,
just
maybe
sneaking
a
through
celebrity.
the infield in that first couple innings. He didn't give up a lot of hard contact other than the homer and the
Dawson
grand
looking for a
slam.
perfect 7th inning. He spiked one. Boy, I couldn't have jinxed that one anymore if I tried on that pitch, but still time.
I guess
Arkansas has used Lee, McGuire, McIlvain, and Dawson to the 4. 3 pitchers have seen action for the Red Wolves. Poke to the right side. What were you saying about
Like
balls
that,
right at infielders?
Fishman.
There's been a
That's-
few that have just been
they've been
right
doing that all day.
wide of some of those Arkansas infielders, and that's a hit for Griffiths. You know, sometimes when it comes to making out a lineup for a 2-game midweek series, you know, Arkansas has been so dominant at home and so dominant against non-con teams that sometimes you win on that Tuesday game and you can
Hey,
really
Robert.
experiment a little bit with your lineup on Wednesday.
Appreciate
But
you
when you
coming in
lose
and
on
watching with
Tuesday, I
us.
think you're less willing to experiment with some people that haven't played a ton when you want to win one of the two.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right, and it takes that flexibility away. You're just talking. Here's to your point. Looked in the dugout. Nate Thompson's going, "Hey, outfield, there's nothing over your head," and these guys' backs are almost leaning up against the wall. I think almost all of them are on the track.
Pretty close. Hausworth has one of the home runs for the Red Wolves today, and that one almost got him on the hands. It was 94 and in, and he was trying to stop his swing and hold off on the cut. It's at the top of the zone for a called strike. Hausworth from St. Louis, Missouri. Another one laced out to left field, and Stewart
What in
overruns
the
the
Sam?
baseball. Oh no!
Stu,
Griffiths
what are you
is going to
doing?
turn third, and he is going to score on what'll be a run-scoring double and a bizarre one at that. But it's 9-3 Arkansas State.
Yeah, that was just a combination of the slice of the ball off the bat, and then the wind really took that one away. And not trying to make an excuse for Zach Stewart, but used to play in right field, you don't really get the slice off the bat.
Boy,
like
he had
that.
a jump, though.
That was
Completely
terrible.
Overran that baseball.
Well, that 2-out little
Dude,
dribbler single turns
it's a
into
good thing you
run
can
with
hit.
that line drive, so it is 9-3 Arkansas State. And cross jumper has got a couple of hits on a line out to short. Bats for the 4th time and takes strike 1.
That was just absolute butt cheeks right there.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
He's kicking himself right now. You can see it.
Yeah, you're right,
Arkansas
Richard.
came out hitting 11-6.
Oh,
That
that's
one is
gone.
torched. Cross jumper might have his 2nd home run of the game. Long gone.
Oh, my
It's
God, they're
been
gonna
all
run
Red
with
Wolves
it.
this afternoon.
That's got to be like 5 or 6 home runs in this game.
Was that 5 home runs for Arkansas State?
Thank you, Mr. Announcer.
Yeah, they have absolutely been crushing the baseball. That's just a hanging breaking ball by Cooper Dossett, and you can see how big that
Can they go higher
air
than
in the
hitting
outfield. I
coach
mean,
real
I guess
quick?
it technically wasn't an error
That
because he didn't
man
touch
Horn
it.
just walks across.
But you can see some big-time smiles in the dugout of the
Since
Red Wolves.
when
and
did the
some fans
Hogs start
really
playing in black jerseys?
having a big time here at Baum Walker?
Here's Case and Campbell. So 2 quick outs before a single double and a homer and a wave and a miss.
That ball is looking like a beach ball to the Arkansas State guys
This will
right
be one
now.
of those games where Arkansas might just
You'd have some amnesia after this one, I
flush
believe.
it. That was, yeah, that's where I was headed.
Hey, every now and then, I have everybody that's us older brothers. Every now and then, I can remember back when little brother got a shot in on me. Every now and then.
11 runs on 12 hits.
Out of your minds. Just follow
Hogs
us
ran
on Twitch.
themselves out of
Appreciate
three
you, bro.
straight innings to start with. Arkansas State had a 6-run inning. They've hit 5 homers total.
Bobby says it's time to go to the grocery store.
8 of the
I'm gonna
9
have the munchies
starters
after
have
this.
scored at least a run.
That's everybody getting into the action.
It is. And I think every single starter has had a hit except Amundsen, and he has been hit by a pitch and scored a run. Mercy, that inning ends.
He said, mercy.
But Troy, another home run from the Red
No
Wolves.
more. No mas.
Great swing by Cross Jumper. The Red Wolves give an extra out, and Jumper does not miss it. He is going to admire that one. He is absolutely fired up. How about 11-3 Red Wolves?
Appreciate that, Phil, for subscribing. Welcome to the platoon. Y'all making Major Razor really happy today. 220 thumbs up. We've gotten several new followers on Twitch, several new subscribers on YouTube today. Major Razor likes that.
I guarantee the locker room after the game is not going to be a happy one.
Well, yeah, but don't forget about this real quick, though, because this is one of those that probably won't happen again tomorrow. If it does, then I would start to question it, but they... Excuse me, I had to mute coughing. But, hey, I ain't gonna hate on Arkansas State. They come in our house and just kicked us in the teeth today. Good for them boys. You gotta let somebody beat you like that. And Arkansas just come in and let them beat them. Yeah, we just moved up to number 6 in the country, but we sure ain't playing that way. After that sweep of Xavier, I believe Arkansas State would have swept Xavier too, probably. Yeah, and they talk about AI going to run the world. Brett, it can't even spell right when you talk, so I don't know if we got to worry about that anytime soon.
Yeah, you should have heard what that commercial
Top
screen
15.
said.
Stewart hits a little chopper to Garrison. He has gotten 4 soft ground ball outs. Stewart, when they're talking about his Missouri State numbers, he joined Ryan Howard and 2 others as the only player in school history with 3 double-digit home run seasons.
We appreciate
Missouri
almost
State.
the
He's
500 people staying
2
with us
times
all the
in
way
2
to the
games,
end, even
but
though
he
it's
has
a
quick out
blowout.
here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and
It's dedication,
Willis will
and it
bat
helps our
again. He's
channel,
grounded
so
out
we
and walked.
appreciate that very much.
going back to that graphic though, when
Hey,
it
who
comes
knows?
to
Maybe we can hit and rally.
teams in the SEC and rankings, this would be a nice ranked win
That's a
for
good
the Red
pitch.
Wolves. 12 SEC teams in all were ranked, 7 of the top 10. Arkansas was in the
Does
top
he think
10 for the
Stockton?
78th time in 81 polls. Tell you what, these soft ground balls are something else. Garrison is staying away from the barrel. He's made a couple of plays. 5 batters faced, 5 soft chopping ground balls.
Yeah, and he does a really
Fishman,
good job of
you're
feeling
right.
his position. But
They are.
that is Arkansas. just
sometimes
being
it's
a
kinda
little
hard
too
on them
antsy at the
videos
plate and him really
you don't
working
look
the
at 'em
bottom
real
part of
close.
that strike zone.
Micah News 2 for 3, and Garrison has been successful. The one thing, though, about the coaches poll,
Hey, so
Arkansas was
you
actually
throwing shot
jumped by
Yeah,
Mississippi
sort of.
State.
3/4 is what they call that, I think, is what he's doing. Let me
Mike,
watch
you
him.
almost just have to take a pitch right here.
Yeah, he's sidearm.
Rarely.
He throws a hell of a pitch.
Yeah, he's that cutter
I think
that
when
runs
Arkansas
into them
drops one of
right-handed
these
batters is
non-conference
why
games,
they're
and they still
hitting
have
them into
time,
the
but again,
ground.
they're running out of it. That sand is going
Not
through
good
the
for your
hourglass.
elbow in long term, though.
We almost feel like you kind
Well,
of
it's
say,
actually
there's a chopper fouled outside of third. Boy, I'd hate to be that team tomorrow, but I tell you what, right now with what Arkansas State
It's
has done
kinda-
offensively and what
torques your
Arkansas has
elbow,
not
it
done
does.
in all 3 facets, Red Wolves are thinking about
I'll
coming
talk
in here and
during
winning
commercial.
another one tomorrow.
Absolutely, they've gained a tremendous amount of confidence. I don't think that they lacked it coming into this ball game.
No, but it's
But,
built.
and I think that starts with the coaching staff. No, you could just tell that Mike Silva really believes in his program, and he said it multiple times. He said, there's a buzz in Jonesboro, and I think rightfully so.
2-strike pitch from Garrison. A little bit outside.
Oh, that's not a sideburn. See, that's one of the pitch things I was telling you about.
Obviously, when you take Nichols to a couple
he's
of
listening to the
regionals,
pitches being called. I thought them were sideburns. I was like, when them sideburns look
even
fake.
though, as we mentioned, the Sun Belt is, listen, that's a tough league. I think Missouri, I think Arkansas State is picked 9th in that preseason poll, and obviously you're talking about Coastal and Southern Miss at the top.
Goodbye.
Also talking about strike 3, New down looking. Arkansas getting a little bit quieter as this game goes along. An 8-run lead for Arkansas State.
Yeah, Richard, I don't know that they the pitchers we use would be. Let me slow down so I can talk here. The pitchers we would be using in those situations we're not seeing today. But I understand what you're saying. Bobby said Velcro sideburns. Like, yeah, they did. If you looked at it real quick, it kind of looked like they were. I was like, man, that dude's wearing fake sideburns. Yeah, Big Brother got punked today for sure. Fishman absolutely did.
They're getting us back for that football game where we match.
We will be live tomorrow. I think the game starts the same time tomorrow at 3:00. So we will be live around 2:45, 2:50. We will bring you that game in its entirety. And just another programming note: we were off Thursday, but we had a stream and we hit the thumbs up goal. And I am doing the women's softball game. Omaha versus the Arkansas Ladybacks Thursday. So we will have that. And then if I can get over this flu, where I can sit at my in the studio longer, we may do a Twitch stream for the basketball game for the Hogs and Texas A&M game if you guys would be interested in coming over to Twitch and watching the Razorbacks take on Texas Longhorns.
Can we hit 250 likes before it ends? We're at 223.
We still got almost 500 people in here, so it could be third. We only need 28. We hit 28 more likes, get 250.
Let's get it. That's 27.
27, all right. Mine says 222 here on my screen, so. But
meanwhile, we're going to get to see another pitcher and a new pitcher, new in every sense. Luke Cornelison. Now, this guy's a good infielder.
I know this guy's family.
But against Little Rock in one of those
they live right down the
matchups,
out in the country here by me.
Dave said, "Ooh, I guess
you've been
getting out on me."
Yeah,
farm.
He's got a really strong arm. I saw him make some great plays in some of those inter-squad games. Dive and plays the hot corner over.
We're going to see, Jeff. We're going to do him Thursday.
Becomes pitcher number 4, or 5 actually now for the Razorbacks.
Richard said he's rocking those sideburns in 99.
8-9-1 due up.
We're
starting to get to that point
in the desert, in the mountains,
season
in 99.
where you're looking at some of these midweek games and some of the weekend results and kind of trying to figure out which teams around this conference or the country might be able to get off to some good starts. As Torres takes one a little bit up and in.
We go.
Vanderbilt has outscored their opponent 65.
Keep hitting that like button. We almost there.
Had 13 home runs, I think, over the weekend.
23 to get to 250.
Holcomb, who went 11 of 19.
We could be greedy today.
Tennessee lost a series at home to Kent State.
Yeah, I tell you what, you look at even a really good year, you think about, even if you win like 50 games like Arkansas did a season ago, you still have like 15, 16 losses.
Brent.
It just happens in baseball.
It does. That's ball 4. That wasn't close.
Excuse me.
Oklahoma had 3 games against Coppin State, and I'm guessing you and
this is
and
all.
Bubba and a
These
handful of
midweek
others
games.
might
This
be
is
able
all
to
this is for.
Coppin State a run.
Really.
Oklahoma outscored them in that series 57
mean,
to 1. And
You would
Coppin
hope
had
they
8
would be
errors
better.
and 9 hits in the 3 games.
Excuse me.
That's
The more I
tough
talk,
when you
the
almost
worse I
have as
cough.
many errors as hits.
You would think they would. You would hope they would be better than this, but this is what these midweek games are for. Get these guys some burn.
Pitches a strike
So we
over
might
the
see
inside corner
Brumbaugh
to
on the
Amundsen.
Yeah, no, he's got the flu.
Oh,
So
well, never mind.
57-1 in 3 games. Texas A&M pitchers, by the way, they haven't walked anybody in 44
21
straight
likes.
innings.
We need 21 likes to
44
go
innings.
for the bottom of the ninth.
Little flare out to right center field, and over is Aloy, and he'll get there to make the catch. He didn't have to make
Oh,
it
he
with
didn't
his
flop down on the ground to
chest on
catch
the
it?
ground. But A&M had to win 1-0 and 2-1 over Penn of the
Gotta
Ivy
make it
League,
look
including a
fun,
walk-off, but their pitchers kept them in games.
That's phenomenal. 44 innings and no walks.
That has to be almost an SEC
That's
record
gotta
because there's somebody that'll come in and kick one somewhere. And this is Quiller, who's hit a grand slam, part of a 1-for-4 day, back to the top of the lineup for the Red Wolves. See what Dax Whitney did, the Oregon State pitcher against Baylor last weekend.
Sure,
when he
baby,
struck
what's
out
going on?
17 in 7 innings, very much like
Hagen
Hagen a
Smith.
couple of years ago.
That's right.
I mean, there have been some wild and crazy either team or individual performances. As Quiller hits a big bouncer that, again, will find its way into the outfield. Another one of those. There's got to be at least 4 or 5 of those hits today. Credit the Red Wolves. They just keep on coming.
Yep.
There was a few of the
17
national folks
more,
that what
guys,
Whitney did the
17
other
more.
day kind of reminded them a little bit of Kevin Abel against, the Hogs in that Game 3 where he
Just shut him down.
went the whole distance and struck out 10, and I don't know if he was ever the same after that health-wise.
Yeah, he threw, 140-something
Oof.
pitches? It
I mean,
was way too many.
Too many.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, Lane Walton has 6 homers now in 8 games. Takes one outside for a ball. And again, his high school, George Ranch, the same high school that produced Kevin Copps. Normally you would say the school's Golden Spikes.
Well, it wouldn't be a
winner, but you have to
walk-off,
be
Fred, because
more
we would still
specific
get
when
the
it comes
chance to bat.
Arkansas, because there have been 3 of them.
Yeah.
'Cause
They
we're the
could have
home
been
team.
4. Were it
Right?
not for COVID.
I'm pretty sure that's how
Heston
that works.
Kerstead, maybe.
I could be wrong.
But what a start for Lane Walton.
That bat just looks little in his hands.
It'll be a
Into
freshman
the
angel
wind out to
for
right.
sure tomorrow.
Back in the 4th inning. It's also
Freshman,
line to right
sophomore.
and fly to center.
Young guy.
Coach Silva said they were at the JUCO. I think he was at Hill Junior College, and they were looking at somebody else, and he caught their attention. So he only had 1 year in the JUCO ranks. What a great start it is to what is his sophomore campaign.
Hey, Miss
He's tall for
Marie.
a second baseman,
It's
though,
good to
isn't he?
see.
Yeah, that's kind of
Appreciate you coming in.
Sousa. He's 6'4". Sousa's
Okay.
6'3",
Yeah, it's
so
been a
maybe
bad
they
one
can work
today.
on it.
They're playing as bad as I feel.
Just 1 out here in this 8th inning.
Oh, send me another link.
And that strike 3 called. I was about to say we're in a rare position where if the Red Wolves do a little bit of damage, we could be talking about Arkansas being run-ruled at home to a non-con opponent.
Dude,
For the
mean to
first
do
time
that. Sorry,
ever,
guys,
I
didn't
think,
mean to do that.
excuse me, yeah. Baum Walker.
That would not be fun.
My co-host fell off.
Actually, Walton sitting on a breaking ball right there. Got the fastball right down the chute and just locked him up.
Maybe Lane Walton needs to go meet Bud Walton.
I think so.
Go over to the building. Enskov grounds 1 to third. Picked
Never mind,
nicely
I'm
by
back.
Sousa. Looks to second, but flips to first, but he pulled Robinette off the bag. Reese popped up just in case Torres was going to try to score.
That's a really good job by Reese Robinette over there at first base, because a lot of guys will try to stretch and then that ball will get down the line and score a pair. And sometimes you just have to give up trying to get the out and just make the catch.
I'm going to go with the assumption
that's what I
if Reese
thought so,
can't
Connor.
stretch and get it, very few could. But the bases are full of Red Wolves, and now with Griffiths, the cleanup hitter,
15
up,
more
you're starting to
likes.
think about what they might be able to score this inning.
Before we
He
get
singled
run
and
ruled.
scored last inning back in the 7th to get off the schneid, so to speak. That'll be an error, by the way, on Sousa on that throw.
Can we do it? There's still 470
Can we
people
get
in
run
here.
ruled?
Than he
Yes,
thought he did.
absolutely.
But he looked to second, and then
I was
thought
thinking
he,
more of the
you know,
likes,
probably
the
made the right
250,
decision
but-
to go to first. And sometimes your footwork's just a little bit off, especially when you haven't played a ton of third base.
Right, and you already got 2 outs. And anytime you have to, if it's not right at you, always go to first base.
That one propels away. Helfrich will chase. Home to score is Torres, and it's 12-3.
Chase, I don't think it's a concern, no. I mean, not in a midweek game.
And the free base runner, the walk to Torres, comes around to score.
And it's early. I mean, it's really early in the season.
Everything unearned.
You got to remember, this
Nonetheless,
isn't
it's 12
football.
to
You know,
3.
you can lose games in baseball and still get where you want to go.
Pitch at 93 is outside.
14 more people. There we go. Oh, we just lost a bunch. What? Don't unlike it because we're losing. Come on now.
Cornelison needs a strike, but he
Here
ain't
we
going to
are.
get one.
We only need 10 now. We got down to 10.
Bases are loaded.
Start the countdown.
Again, for Houseworth, and all he's done today is homer and double and knock in a couple of runs. Although his double
chasing,
last time in was the one where it had some slice, and Stewart went into a dive and it went all the way to the fence. And obviously, that's a ratio of strikes to balls right there that Cornelison would like to chase. Reese Robinette got the earpiece in there,
yeah,
too.
I guess so.
Is he
So
listening in?
See what those calls are.
That's interesting.
Yeah, usually your outfielder has it in, center fielder.
This is just settle down, young man.
I've noticed that Reese has had it in every game.
Yeah, so he knows where to play. Usually your center fielder will have one like that too, so he can knows the
All right,
shade
here we
either
go
right
with
or left.
Houseworth.
And he can
12 to
tell his
3 Arkansas
left and right
State.
fielder.
Cornelison is going to get a high fly into shallow center.
It's Cornelison,
Micah
dude.
is there.
Cornelison.
And Micah New with the catch.
I
Now Arkansas
should have just dropped it and
will come
into
to
the
bat in
game
the
right
bottom
there.
of the 8th. That lead continues.
I appreciate
to
that,
grow
Purr,
for
baby.
The Red Wolves. It's now 9.
We got 6 more to go, guys. We need 6 more to get to the 250 mark.
This little light of
Stop
mine.
with your little light. I'm trying to hear that.
Her light of hers. You let her talk about her light, Sarge. She's going to let it shine.
Yeah, well, let it shine somewhere else.
Yeah, like I was saying with the commercial right there, it was supposed to say "Go Hogs Go,"
Mm-hmm.
and it came out to be
Oh.
We're talking about AI.
Oh, you're talking about our commercial break screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's no sound. 5 more. There's 457 of you here. I know 5 of you haven't hit the like button. Just hit that like button real quick before we even get back to the game. Get us to 250, and I'll shut up. I promise.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, he'll start coughing some more.
Yeah, absolutely. Just you said that, I did. 3 more to go.
I'm like 30 seconds ahead of you, Sarge.
Basketball here from 93 to 96.
Yeah,
and
I think
that
I hit
means,
the
of
pause
course,
button one time on
Troy,
accident.
that you're part of the 1994 national championship team, the 95
2 more
runner-up.
people. Who's going to be our
He got
49th
himself a
or
couple
50th?
big rings.
I'd say so.
We need one.
Oh, mine says 248.
Dad's here. He was sitting with Matt Zimmerman. That means he was not getting
So it's
in
not
any
official
words
until mine says
edgewise.
250.
Z can talk.
Oh,
now.
boy.
Boom, there it is. 250. Great job, fellas. Appreciate you very much.
Let's go.
Y'all been fantastic today.
275 question mark?
No.
Here's Souza.
I'm just kidding.
Let's not push it.
Nolan's 1 for 3.
They got
with
us
a
to
single.
250.
Arkansas has 6 hits today. And Troy, I think sometimes in any sport, maybe baseball,
I'm really good at pushing the limit.
I would agree with
if you're
that,
a fan
Tim.
and you're not watching or listening to this game, you might be thinking, well, what didn't work? What was the area that let us down today? And that answer would be yes, because
All things above. Base running to start with.
yep, there you go. Pitching, offense, defense, it just wasn't the Razorbacks' day. Now there is time, but you think about Arkansas State, they had a 6-3 lead at Ole Miss and ended up losing that game 7-6. And the one thing Coach Silva told us last night, I'd really like to solidify the back end of my bullpen to finish games or to figure out how to finish games. Well, Arkansas's play has made that point somewhat moot as far as maybe being within striking distance.
Or your team pounds out 13 hits and 12 runs. And
that'll do it.
5 home runs. That'll give you a little bit of cushion.
And Garrison just keeps spinning those pitches up there that has the Razorbacks 0 for 6 against him.
I don't think anybody's made solid contact against Garrison yet.
You would think, Jeff.
Choppers or
at least as good anyway.
Net behind him.
That's 7 up, 7 down.
I mean, they're making us look silly right now.
A 77-mile-an-hour changeup that just hovered right under the hands of Nolan Souza. Look at this location.
Float a little bit, yeah.
That ball should have been belted.
That's just
a perfect pitch.
Not afraid. A lot of times you'll see change-ups out of right-handers to lefties. Trying to throw them down and away. I don't think normally you see a pitch.
It looks like a fastball coming out of the hands and it falls off the table.
Helfrich sprays one foul down the line and right. Garrison a year ago had the second most appearances of any Red Wolf, 26. He had 1 start, couple of saves, ERA barely above 4 and 31+ innings. Helfrich jammed a bit and fouls one back. Did have an outing against Louisiana.
Yes, John. A bunch of our players have the flu right now, just like
years at East
your host does.
Community College for the Gulfport native.
So, yeah,
the
Fayetteville flu is going around right now.
I'd see another breaking ball pretty similar to that one.
Garrison is doing some carving right now.
Well, you could just see our guys are going up there and just wanting to get this game over with.
He struck out 3 in a row. Just about the time you complain about soft ground balls is when he starts striking people out.
Okay. Just a little sidearm frisbee breaking ball. That one almost kind of looked like it backed up and went down and
I think it did.
The break was the opposite of the spin.
Koschel has a 5-game hitting streak that's in jeopardy. In case you care, he's 0 for 2 with that walk. Season ago, 15 homers. 62 runs batted in is a big number. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he exceeded both of those numbers this season.
Appreciate that, Zach.
Appreciate that, Zach. Adams.
Yeah, they've got him
Welcome
hitting
to the
4-hole.
platoon.
He just makes consistent, solid contact.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Arkansas had 2 hits in the first inning. They have not had multiple hits in any inning since.
It'd be interesting to see Dave Van Horn's press conference tonight after the game.
Sometimes I think when non-con teams come in here, you try to go blow for blow and power for power. Sometimes I think you come in here and give a different look from a speed standpoint and just carve.
Yeah, I think so. I think the A-State pitchers have really just kept Arkansas off balance, and I like the way that they've really worked both sides of the plate. You see Garrison right here. He is just keeping the ball down, nothing above the belt.
Koschel shoots one foul down the line and left.
That may be the problem, Mark Mudd. It's a little too slow for our batters.
Ruled, but not been their day. Is that a swing?
Yeah, I watched some pig pin. Yeah, you're right.
Count's gone full.
I think that was the show-me fastball. You're going to probably see something really soft and down in the zone. If Koschel's, he's got to see this baseball up.
Another chopper. This will go foul outside of first. If you see 6 or 7 pitches from this guy in the at-bat, are you feeling any more comfortable than when you just stepped in, or is it still fighting that
I think so.
Movement and location and speed?
I think usually off side armors, you really kind of have to think up the middle the other way, and especially with, you're not going to get beat with velocity.
Here's another payoff. There's another foul ball.
See, even that, he's probably sitting breaking ball right there, but at 86, Koschel can do just enough to spoil that fastball.
Another payoff pitch, another chopper, but that ball kicks out of the glove of Campbell, and yet they're still going to get the out at first base.
I mean, when
Troy,
you're going your way, it's going your way.
They're just out
That
there
one's
dribbling
ricochet off one
the
player,
baseball.
and you still make the play. Yeah, that's right. They're living high in the dugout at third base, but the hard ground ball, great job by Campbell. He stays with it, and good job by Garrison.
Perfect throw. Pitcher's field in practice. Gets over and does what he's supposed to. Oh, I'm so tired of this. Hearing that.
Hey, you let it shine. Let it shine. Because it ain't shining on us.
I don't even know what it is. Let's see. It's all an antidepressant commercial. No wonder. No wonder it's depressing me.
They're showing it to all Arkansas fans. Are you a Hogs fan right now? Would you like to get out of your depression?
Would you like to let your light shine? Here, take Kylipta.
Later, fish man. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. We still got over 400 in here hanging with us.
Hey, and we got some A-State fans in here. You're more than welcome to stay around.
Absolutely.
All respect. I mean, hey.
Hey, I don't care who you root for. As long as you're respectful in the chat, you watch us anytime you want. We want you to root for your team in here.
Later, Bobby.
Take it easy, Bobby. Appreciate you for coming. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Same time, same channel. I don't know what our total jumped to for subscribers because I ain't got my.
Hold on.
I can't look and see on the channel.
2580.
2580, almost to 2600. Great job, everybody. Wow.
Indeed it has. A cross jumper, by the way, has a chance for a 3-homer game.
I think he was thinking about that on that swing
might
right
have
there.
been.
Appreciate you, Bobby. We'll see you tomorrow, bro.
He's got the drop and drive mindset going
That famous
right now.
Rick
So
guy
you see
sitting
last
there
season,
behind
2
home
runs.
plate.
He said 2 home runs today.
Famous Arkansas fan.
Cornelison back
The
for a
one with the
second
fuzzy
inning
hair.
of relief.
Yeah, the one that likes to yell
Gave
at
up an unearned run.
college girls
couple
for
of walks in air, a
something.
single. Back in the Red
For
Wolves'
what?
8th inning.
I don't know. He got into a pissing match with some college students one time.
Oh.
It went viral on Twitter.
Oh,
surprised
yeah.
I just thought that.
I remember that.
I'm a little shocked.
been a long
Garrett,
day for us.
everything
Probably
went
gonna
good
catch
for
tomorrow.
Arkansas State, and nothing
What
went
I
good
don't
for
know is
Arkansas.
what the
If
health
you could-
standpoint is of all the other
sums it
pitchers
up
when
pretty
it comes
much.
to a flu
True.
standpoint.
Appreciate it, Angel. Hey, Nevada, good to see you. We'll see you tomorrow, bud.
Well, Cornelison snapped one off to
I will
Set
say
down
this:
cross jumper.
Arkansas State's got some good pitching. Because I know this probably isn't
strikeouts for Arkansas
their
pitchers.
normal.
Yeah,
Pitching
no,
lineup.
no,
A little bit of a
this is
surprise
their
considering the score.
starters, probably.
You think so?
Arkansas State
Yeah.
just either
They-
hit a home
they're
run.
coming
I
up
think
here
that's their
to,
ace and stuff.
they're coming up here to
Jason
try to win
Campbell
these
started
games.
with a couple of singles. Since then, he's grounded out and
To
struck
try
out.
the World Series.
These are big games for them. Absolutely Razorback kid. We'll see you tomorrow. Appreciate you. You can't take nothing away from Arkansas
Campbell
State today.
from McCrory, Arkansas.
They come out. They
You
look
been
good.
to McCrory, Arkansas?
Not. I'm going to have to look that one up.
All right, get out the old Googleator. 41 starts a year ago.
I blame Connor Diamond for
Guessing
hyping
you
up
can't see it in
Arkansas's
a day.
hitting.
That one lined out to left for a base hit. Campbell has his 3rd of the game. These Arkansas kids always enjoy playing here at Baum Walker. The Jaguars.
So just so you know, it's right by Patterson.
Okay, all right, keep going.
If that helps you.
He's an all-state quarterback. Led the team to the 2021 state crown.
Kind of between Conway and Memphis.
Nice little.
Ground ball to second. Can Arkansas get 2? There's a flip and a fire and a DP. And Cornelison navigates a couple
Nice
of
little
innings
double
with the
there.
one unearned
Double
run.
play.
Why does he keep saying
Sends this game to
Cornelison?
the
It's
bottom of the
Cornelison.
9th inning, a 9-run
Evangelist
lead.
Sam Austin,
for the Red
appreciate you
Wolves.
for subscribing. Welcome to the. Oh my God.
Has been
I can't do that fast enough when I got to hit 3 buttons to get that to stop. I need to get me one of them.
I might have to get you a lean-to,
Stream
Connor,
Deck. A Stream Deck.
because what you're saying right now is the opposite of what we're seeing.
No, I'll agree with Connor on that. We got good hitters. We just got to. Typically, your hitters are always behind in the beginning of the season. Your pitchers start earlier. Your pitchers get going faster. Your hitters, it's not as easy to time these pitches and start seeing these pitches as you think. So it's going to take a few weeks to get these guys, Now, I'm not excusing giving up, only scoring 3 runs against Arkansas State. But I'm just saying.
I don't think Poppy needs to be in the lineup anymore. That's just what I'm saying. Just putting that out there.
Well, sometimes you're in the lineup because you field for your defense, not necessarily your offense, too. Yeah, sort of, pretty much, Pigpen. Excuse me.
They've lost 9 games in the last 2 seasons at home, but they're in danger of falling today.
I know, right,
Yeah, that's
Sarah?
really protecting your home field.
I'm
but
glad
boy,
you're noticing that too.
It's one of those games. I almost think this is one of those games for Arkansas that you can't go back and go, okay,
What
man,
Angel
we
said.
almost had that one. I mean, they just got whipped today.
Coach Cal would say this is a burn-the-tape game. As Cahillo, it's a soft little one-hopper to Campbell at first. I tell you what, that's what Garrison has done, Troy, since he's entered the game.
Well, he has just tied up these Arkansas hitters.
But train's loaded down. Something.
Gravel or
Might be.
something?
Is that a JB Hunt special right there?
No, not at all. That's one for the railroad.
Reese Robinette, 0 for 2 with a walk. Thought we might see a couple of pinch hitters as well here in the bottom of the
I'm
ninth.
a little surprised.
Again, we might be a help situation. It's always unusual, I think, from a coaching standpoint, and to me, it's that science, because at times you might say, well, this is a perfect opportunity to get somebody in at bat that maybe you wouldn't do if the game was 4-3. Other times you say, listen, I want to get my guy going. Sometimes one at bat will kind of kickstart somebody in a positive direction. And it's finding that right time to throw somebody in there, the right time to give a guy a rest or a blow.
I like what Steve
Soft
said.
ground ball hit to short. Scooped and flipped to first by Engskov, and there's 2 outs.
I just commented. I was muted.
Sometimes when you're down a couple of runs,
I
you're
said
thinking,
the same
well, I'm not
thing.
gonna
I
pitch
said,
at
just
somebody
make sure you
because
cut
it's
your eye holes
retired,
out good.
Then
Sure.
I'm losing my
Right.
starter, but I don't know if that's quite the
I
situation
can't
here
see
because of the work
out
that
of
the man
this.
has done on the
Right.
mound.
My wife
I didn't think that hat was fitting
took all
quite right.
day
I guess
making
it's
these
the headband underneath
for
it
you
that's,
guys.
Whatever
Eating up
he's
some of the
got going
space.
on there, it's working.
That movie
It's
was so
working.
bad.
Don't change
Yeah.
his mojo.
TJ Pompey just about grazed by that pitch.
And this is a guy that, like you said, that whole
Yeah,
thought
Angel.
process,
I like to
we
do
talked
that
about
too,
Brett.
especially if we get to the
TJ
straight
Pompey,
behind
you
us
can get
center
a really
field
hard hit
camera
ball.
angle
Maybe that's
where you can
something
really
that
see them,
Kind of shake
or
him
behind the
loose.
catcher,
That's the whole play.
looking at the
I think
pitcher.
so.
I mean, that's what you
That's
kind of
where I
hang your
like,
head on.
so I can
And
see.
this is a weird game because
I
you
can
might
almost
say,
call
well,
a
how can
pitch every
one at
time.
bat kind of, make that right turn to a different type of result. But hitters have told me, and I mean,
Yes,
as
Sarah.
established big league
I agree
guys,
with
my
you,
confidence
Sarah.
really is only as,
Very much
as good
so.
as my
Agree
last
with you.
couple of at-bats,
Right.
no matter how many years I've played. You go home, you're feeling pretty good about it, or there's something to take from it, or you go home and you're 0 for 3 or 0 for 4.
Nah,
and you feel
I'm
like,
just sitting here in my head.
ever gonna
This
figure out how to
little
hit
light
again?
of mine.
no one ever said this game was fair. Because
He's
going to
be singing it all the way until he goes to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to be
Sometimes
saying as we're running through the city and playing COD later.
Might have the wrong effect.
Definitely kind of an oxymoron.
Oh,
there.
Pompey. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Sent down the
Pompey.
line right, and this ball will be up off the top of the fence, and Pompey's going to get a long single.
How did my counterpart know
after
that?
An 0 for 3 day with a couple of strikeouts. He'll finish on a
Nostradamus.
positive note. Missed a homer by a foot or so.
I'm watching it
That was
on
a
my
really good
Yeah,
shot.
shut
He's
up.
been swinging through a lot of breaking balls as of late has been TJ Pompey, and that one was up in the zone. He stayed back. If you try to pull that baseball, it's a ground out to short. So again, that might be the at bat that he was looking for, just something to spark.
Can we hit
that
10
confidence.
homers?
Skip Garrison from having 4 perfect innings to get a save.
With 2 outs.
Yeah.
He'll get a save regardless. Stewart will take a strike, and I know it's a 9-run game because of this, 4
We'll come back tomorrow with us 2K and watch it with us.
Catcher
We'll have it right here.
Pompey goes to second base.
Make sure you subscribe too.
To your
We'd love to have you. Stewart.
Stewart sends one down the line and right. Griffiths over. It'll
It
drop.
drops.
And Pompey's going to turn and score, and Arkansas has its 4th run. Stewart has his
It
second
ain't over
run
yet.
batted
2-out
in.
rally. Yeah, I know, Jeff. That's who he's talking
Guiding
about.
one out into right field. Stewart way out in front on that breaking ball.
Isn't that
And
from
again-
Django Unchained?
Yeah.
You know,
It
it's,
was
it's
from
Pompey
the Django.
taking that extra base that they're just going to give it to him. He said, well, I might as well
I
take
do
it.
like that movie. That's a good movie.
He doesn't score from first on that play.
Oh, no, Arky. I can smell a comeback with 2 outs.
Harrison trying to get this one to the finish line.
Kind of like us in Warzone when we start buying each other
right.
back and come back and win.
You know, when I
Carson Willis
complained
gets
about
another
going to the
at bat. He's
gulag
0
in the
for 2
first
with a
30
walk.
seconds
His
of the
first
match,
college
and
playing
yet we come back
opportunity.
and win. I've seen stranger things happen.
Now Stewart's going to run. More indifference.
Like me getting a 20-piece.
And Arkansas State
He
just
said,
looking for
Pigpen
that
said, calm
27th
down,
out.
Sarge. I am sick today, Pigpen, so I may be a little loopy with all the cough syrup I drunk.
Good pitch.
He's got a
That's
cough
the one
syrup
that Garrison wants
IV
those
put
hitters
in
to swing
right
at.
now.
Yeah.
One that the bottom just
A
falls out on.
Mucinex IV drip.
It almost has a knuckleball feel in the sense that if it's low,
Fly
let
out.
it go.
Yeah,
Because
you
it's only
definitely-
going to get lower.
You definitely
Oh,
have to see it up.
sorry.
He did
All
that.
right, I want to
Popped
mute
up.
you from this point forward if you do
Walton
that
underneath
anymore.
it. This game belongs to the Red Wolves. A big win for Arkansas State. Part of a 12-4 win, Troy.
Yeah, really good job.
All right. We will get out
Hey,
of
we
that.
lost.
We lost in 12-4 or 12-4. Man, we out hit
And I can see the
14-7
future.
and we committed an error and they didn't. So little brother just smacked big brother in the mouth today. He said, take that. So having said that, we appreciate almost 700 people coming in watching with us today. Over 450 stayed all the way to the end. And we got 255 likes. So we appreciate everybody for hitting that like button. If you didn't, go congratulations, Sarah, if you're a Red Wolves fan. Obviously, you got us today. Hopefully you'll come back and watch us with us tomorrow. We'll have the game again tomorrow. And
GG's.
absolutely. I guess that'd be it then, because I'm wore out and I ain't done nothing but flip screens back and forth.
AI is wild. It's just a commercial screen, guys.
Yeah, this is just a commercial screen, so we can block the screens. We with baseball, it's hard because we got games every day, so it's hard to make new ones. For basketball, we got new ones just about every game. We come up with something different. You'll want to tune in with us here when we do the Saturday Florida game, because we got a Florida commercial break screen that you'll like. But yeah, anyway, guys, we appreciate it, and gals, we appreciate everybody that come in. Thank you. I'm going to try to get better, Finn. I'm doing everything I can, taking everything I can so I can get back to 100% and keep the quality up for you guys that spend your time with us watching the games. And but like I said, we're going to get out of here tonight. this evening, and I'm going to get some more rest, and so I can be back with you guys tomorrow. We'll go live about 2:45, 2:50, somewhere in there. We'll bring you first pitch all the way to the last pitch. Again, appreciate y'all, and we love y'all, and you guys have a great evening, and peace out.
Later. Blue Pig.
I got to get better at these outros, man. I don't ever know what to say when I'm going to end the show.
You're like Ricky Bobby. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
Yeah. Help me, Oprah Winfrey. Help me, Tom Cruise. See you, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Way off